I thought about we're going to play a bit of more Pentiment. I looked up a bit how long the game is going to be. It's saying it's around 16, 18 hours to complete it. Then I'm asking myself how, because I looked into the achievements a bit. There is Act 1, there's Act 2, and Act 3. And after how many hours do we have now? On Steam it's saying 9 hours. After playing this game for 9 hours, I'm still in Act 1. I think I'm gonna have like 30 hours in this game, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream this game until the end. Probably not. I never expected this game was gonna be that big. But I'm just talking too much. I think we're just gonna continue where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday, we went into the library. And inside the library, there were some interesting books. And there was a very interesting fact about one of the nuns. She went away after Baron Rothvogel came to visit. And then she went away for several months. And my theory was she was pregnant. And of course, a nun can't be pregnant. And when I tried to run away, not run away, but when I tried to get out of the church during the night again, which is not allowed to, I saw one of the monks was mingling around with another monk. So very scandalous. Very, very scandalous. I think you can also read about everything here again in our quest log. Jakob Esser, the Archdeacon of Freising, has arrived at Kirsau Abbey and will be questioning people connected with the Baron's death. He wants to question me in the chapter house at Nones. Yep, there was. We were also talking to the king, king, not kink. Okay, to the king, and today is the day where we need to say, okay, this guy was not doing good, or it's this guy's fault. Don't forget, there is a murderer among us, so somebody's definitely sus, but I just still don't know who it is, to be honest. I still don't know. Let me see. Wait, is your name Maler? Yeah, my name is Maler. Meister Maler. Maler is somebody's painting, so painter. Andreas, I'm sorry about what is happening to brother Piero. I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he should have killed the Baron. He didn't. I'm going to figure out who did. Did you have any idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? Sadly, no. Most mornings I spend my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made that impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I'm so sorry. I know it might be far from your mind, but have you considered my offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The gospel says that the man cannot live on the bread alone, but from time to time, a little bread is required. I need to continue looking into the Baron's murder. Perhaps later, of course, I'll talk to Gret and see if she wants to come along. Where should we meet you? No, now, but perhaps later. I mean, we can do it. I wouldn't mind eating something. The birds are back. I missed them. Oh, those are not my birds, though. Those are the birds in-game. My birds are a bit sleepy. They're sleeping a bit outside. I hope they're going inside soon. At the shrine, the St. Moritz. I'll see you there. Until then. Oh, it's happening now? Oh, my Andreas. Yeah? Are these all of the mothers from Tassing and their children? Well, no, I don't think it's all of them. Helena Pfeiffer can make it. It's a long walk up here in her condition. And Hetty said Hans was too big for stories. Do we have the pictures of them? Hans, and this is Hetty and this is Hans. Schmulhans. Stories? I may have said something about your books. Stories of your homeland. Huh, what did I say? What is Bertolt saying? I like stories. Yes, maybe a little too much. Ha! Alright, I can tell you a story, but first let us pray together and eat. Oh Lord, thank you for bringing us together as you brought Jesus to his disciples on the road to Emmaus. With the breaking of bread between us, let us recognize each other as Christians and rejoice in our salvation through you. Amen. Amen, brother! Oh, look at this pretzel with cheese. Ah, and I thank you and your husband for this bread, Gret. Ma Ulrich always says that bread brings people together. I don't know, I think we could see some real trouble in Tassing if you ever run out of rye. I missed this when I was in Flanders. One of my lecturers is called Christian. I mean, it's a very Christian name. Oh, guys, thank you for sending some positive vibes into the chat. We actually need some positive vibes in-game. Those are very dark times here. They don't have bread in Flanders? Wait! Where's Flanders? North, down by the sea. It's where the Miller's windmill came from. It's true. They have whole fields of them where the land is flat. Look! I want to see them. Father Gano eats a white bread, does he not? My favorite food, bread. I mean, there are so many different kind of bread existing in Germany. It's, yeah, every time I'm out of Germany, I'm kind of missing German bread. The variety is so big here. The finest wheat is used for the Yabbit breads. Why? The Yabbit is very important, man, Paul. We have a bread in my home that we call injera. We make it thin, round, and wide, and we put our food on top of it. I think Sebat was coming from Ethiopia, right? We eat it with almost every meal, as you love the bread of your home. Same as mine. Select food to eat. This is rye bread. Well, can I yoink the brezel? Oh, actually feel sad. Oh no, Sky, don't be sad. Don't be sad. German bread OP. I love German bread. The variety is insane. But I think, like, if the bread is very dark, that's one of my favorite with lots of seeds around. I sound like a bird. What's the recipe? Maybe we can make it. Thank you, but now we use a fine grain that does not grow here, called teff. Surely someday you'll go home and can have your fill of it. Hope you find our local bread satisfying, rather Sebat. Maybe this one. God willing, yes, but then perhaps a day will come when I miss the ride of Tassing. That's the thing, and this is why it's important to enjoy the ride this moment and not living in the past or in the future. It is the great danger that comes with the blessing of travel, living a life between worlds. Almonds, ooh. I don't want to talk about bread anymore. It's so boring. Don't be rude, bird. I did say I would tell a story, children. Have you ever seen a Bible? Oh no, he's mentioning the kids already. Father Tom? Father Thomas has one. It's huge. My dad has one. It was printed in Bamberg. Very good. This is the Bible from our home that I brought to give to the abbot. Andreas, do you have a favorite story to illustrate from the Bible? Adam and Eve at the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Jacob wrestling with the angel. The Annunciation when Gabriel appears to Mary. Elijah and the chariots of fire. Christ being taken down from the cross. I have no idea what to take here. I think most people know the first and the last one, right? At the beginning of it all, the fall of man, it is good for us to be reminded of what we lost in Eden. Now then, children, do you know the story of Jesus feeding the multitudes? No, she's so cute. Fish and loaves! My mom and dad makes loaves. Oh, interesting. This is from our Bible, how we tell the story of how Jesus fed thousands from only a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Why is everyone brown? Because where I'm from, everyone looks like me. Why? Because we're all as God has made us. I know testing seems big to you, but the world is much bigger than we can imagine. By the way, this is a very nice illustration of of the story. Actually really good. There are many people of many different colors all over the world. There are places where no one looks like you or me.
Really?
It's true, in Flanders I saw ships arrive from the New World. The people look and dress very differently from us, differently from Brother Sebat. They make art out of gold that is so beautiful. It outshines the greatest works of the Christian world. Brother Sebat, do you know the Baron who was murdered? Oh, the kids are actually also talking about she's eating bread here. Most of today hasn't been too good for me. My temperature suddenly went up again and I was lying in bed for hours earlier. Oh, damn, I'm sorry to hear, Pan. How are you feeling now? Welcome to the stream. Fever is one of the worst things, actually. Birds! Yeah, dude, somebody got killed here. Of course they're talking about that. Came up when I was visiting the Druckers. I needed someone to talk to. I think he's old enough to understand death. I'm sorry, Marie. I'm not sure if kids... I have no idea if kids are at this age are understanding what death actually means. There's nothing to apologize for. We can't shield them from the world forever. I do not know him, Birds, but do you know the story of Lazarus?
No.
He has a friend of Jesus. He became sick and he died.
Hands?
But Jesus brought his followers to Lazarus' tomb. He prayed to God, and when they opened the tomb, Lazarus emerged, returned from the dead.
Jesus can bring people back from the dead?
He can, Birds. One day Jesus will bring us all back from the dead. Dude, this is... I thought about that. And it's so scary. There must have been so many billion of people living on Earth already. And now imagine they're suddenly coming back. I'm not sure if the whole world could carry us, to be honest. I'm not really sure about that. I don't want to imagine all of the zombies at the same time. I'm feeling much better, but the morning sucked. I was so powerless, I can imagine. Yeah, fever was really bad, but I'm glad you're doing better. Everyone who has ever lived and died will come together and be resurrected on Judgment Day. Wait, what is she doing? I got an achievement empty-headed. Hey! She yanked my hat! She's so sweet. She's very sweet.
Even the Romans?
Yes, the Romans too. There are now 8 billion people, yeah. Yeah. And it's getting more and more. Why did you ask about the Romans?
I saw one come out of their tomb like Lazarus.
What do you mean, Paul?
Well, the ruins below the mill, they're Roman and they all died a long time ago. But I saw one come out of the other night. They were in white, like Lazarus.
Let's stop telling stories, Paul. And you shouldn't have been outside at night. This little boy outside at night? Andreas, what does he mean? I don't know. It's troubling, to be sure. I think I might have seen something similar the other evening. Must have been something else. That's the only rational explanation. There was this ghost. We even talked to one guy about that because he also said, I also saw it. It can't be a ghost. There are things in the world beyond our understanding, Andreas. Perhaps the boy did see something supernatural. I don't think so. It must be a reason. Apologies for that, ladies, but thank you for sharing a meal with me today. I will be leaving for Rome soon, but I am glad to have spent some time with you and your children. Thank you, Brother Sebat. It was wonderful. Don't forget to stop by the bakery before you go. I'm sure my husband will want you to see before you go. I will. God grant you all health.
I need to go to the chapter house to meet with the Archdeacon. Reliquary containing the hand of St. Lawrence, which is said to have once held the Holy Lands. The Haley, Brother Mathieu maintains this shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. So where do we have to go now? Chapter house. Chapter house. Where is this exactly? At the church, right? Yeah, at the beginning. But I need to get out of here. And then entering it again. Alrighty. I also wanted to see if we can't investigate anymore, right? I figured out I was missing some people talking to them. I'm not sure if this is gonna be bad, if this is gonna have a bad ending for me. Yeah, a bit scared of that. God bless you, Andreas. So I need to walk down here, right? Chapter house. My factory must be here on the left side. Hello, Andreas. Everyone is here, and now we need to talk to all of them. Large garden. Chapter house. There you go. Alrighty. Gernot. Andreas. Father Gernot. Excuse me, I'm here at the Archdeacon's request. You can wait a moment. Master Maler, if you think I'm unaware of your actions around this abbey in the past few days, you are mistaken. Huh? I don't really care what you were of. You attended the examination of Baron Rotvogel's body when I forbade you from being in the abbey. If I did not rely so heavily on Brother Florian's skills, I would expel him from the abbey for this complicity. Still, I will think of a fitting punishment for him in a due time. Now then, for all your meddling, you will not be welcome in Kiesa after your commission is completed. What? They kicking me out? Fine. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Have Mathieu throw me out? Well, I'm not coming back to this pile of cow shit if I can help it. Apologize, I was only trying to help Brother Piero. I don't want to mess it up. I want to be Meister Maler here. It's too late for apologies. Your days of interfering in the daily life of this abbey will end. It was never my intention to fear Father Abbot. I already understood that. Are you done? I'll leave you to the Archdeacon now. Try not to perjure yourself. God save you, Andreas Maler. So I messed it up. They're kicking me out of here. Damn. Okay. I should have kissed the nun yesterday. I should have just done that. Please state your name for records. Andreas Maler, journeyman artist from Nuremberg. Andreas, son of Josef Maler, master artist from Nuremberg. Andreas Maler, artist, recently of Ghent. But we're not a master artist yet, though. But we're about to be one. Really? What brought you all the way to Upper Bavaria? I'm heading back to Nuremberg to finish my apprenticeship and open a workshop. It's the end of my Wanderjahre. Heard the abbey had some wonderful books. When I learned they had need of an artist, I decided to stay a while. Was just on the way back to Nuremberg, Your Reverence. Your Reverence. Very well, thank you. Arnold, please write that down. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. So that was just a small talk. Now then, Master Maler, what was your relation to Lorenz the Baron Rotvogel? I think we need to be very careful now what we're saying. I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Incidental acquaintances, nothing more. So do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? Yes, Your Reverence. No, Your Reverence. I think we know how he was thinking, a bit at least. How would you characterize him? A fine man, a lover of art and knowledge, confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. A nobleman for all of the good and ill that goes along with that title. A fine man. Yeah, hard to say. That was the opinion of Father Gano and the Lady Salome as well. Do you believe anyone regarded him with the same warmth? Why wouldn't they? No, your reverence. It's clear that some locals had little love for the Baron. As unfortunate as that is, such knowledge may be a boon to us at this moment. The Baron Rotvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gano believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I've met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, it was discovered in flagrante delicto. Rotvogel is kinda a badass name, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's like Redbird. And I think today I also discovered on the fireplace at the main menu there was also a bird, and I think it was also a red one, but a dead one. Maybe that's the reference to Rotvogel here. I say nothing, or he wasn't, though the Baron was already dead. Technically, he discovered the corpus delicti, but was not caught in flagrante delicto. Corpus delicti, body of the crime, sometimes literal, often figurative. The principle that must be proven to establish a crime has occurred. He hasn't, though, the Baron. Yeah. I mean, this is technically, kind of want to say this, though, but I think this is going to be useful. Master Maler, I'm not interested in your clarifications, technical or otherwise, on matters of Latin or law. Okay, Jacob. I wanted to be smart as for once, but it's not working with them. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Okay. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and his infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that always allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I'm saying is that in spite of the cured circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron both in the town and the abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rotvogel? And that's my problem here. Lucky Steinauer argued with the Baron, a widow in Tassing, Attila Campbell, and hated the Baron. The abbey's prior, Ferenc, was behaving suspiciously the day of the Baron's arrival. You may have had a motive. A local thief, Martin Bauer. Yeah, that's the problem. We couldn't talk. We could only talk to Lucky Steinauer a bit. But I didn't have the time to visit the widow and also not Martin Bauer. But we could see how Ferenc was treating us, so maybe something's going to happen to Ferenc. That's also what the king said to us. You can use this power and decide what's going to happen to them. Mimi, I posted something in Media Share. Please have a quick look on it. You will laugh a bit, I guess. Hello, Manu. How is Pokemon? People were a bit criticizing the game is not really optimized. Let me see. Manu, there's no way. Oh, you're sweet? Nah. Oh, that's so sweet, Manu. You're so sweet. Holy moly. In Pokemon, there's a Mimi. And I'm looking like a nurse or a doctor. Nah. Oh, much love to you, Manu. That's so sweet. Thank you for sharing this. I'm smiling a lot here. That's so sweet. Vielen Dank, Manu. Danke fürs Teilen. Thank you so much for sharing. This is so sweet. I love this. You're the nurse of the academy. Ooh, damn. Look at my knowledge, dude.
That's so nice. Thank you so much, Manu. So sweet of you. I think I'm gonna take Ferenc here now. I'm smiling so much about this picture. No. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work. Does he not? Yes, your reverence. Yes, but Prior Ferenc's role in the scriptorium has little bearing on this motive. Hmm. I'm gonna take this. You're welcome. I saw you lurking earlier. I'm lurk now, still playing. Enjoy your game session, yeah. Yes, I'm most of the time more of a lurker. You caught me. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of Prior Ferenc's motive. Please do so. On the day that the Baron arrived, I secretly observed Prior Ferenc in the scriptorium. Baron Rotvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. But Prior Ferenc didn't want to do that. Was this an intentionally covered observation? I was working alone and I dropped something on the floor. The Prior did not know I was there. It wasn't planned. No, it wasn't planned. Very well, continue. He wrote a note, a cipher in a book. It was associated with a volvel that he used to encode something in it. Yes? What had he encoded? I am not certain, but it was very suspicious. Master Maler, could you please confine your remarks to information that leads somewhere useful? Now, do you have any other evidence against the Prior? Baron Rotvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the... I feel like I'm a snitch here. I'm gonna do it. You have a proof of this? I have a letter the Prior wrote to the Baron. I have an imprint of a letter that the Prior wrote to the... Oh, yeah, that sounds so illegal. I got an achievement. Hot gas, it's called. What is this? What does that mean? Tell Jacob as the immaterial gossip. Oh, yeah, I feel bad. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does follow through on a threat to implicate him to inquisitors in Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. Oh god, we just killed this person. This is just... rip his head, I think. And how do you believe Prior Ferenc would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. I am not certain, Your Reverence. Ah, a troublesome wrinkle. Is there anything else to say about the Prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I can think of no one else who could have caused the harm to Baron Ufern. Could be everyone, dude. The local thief. Why? I think I don't know. The widow is already having a hard time, to be honest. No, I'm not. Guys, I'm not gonna do that. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. I'm kind of protecting the village here and making the abbot bad in front of these people. It doesn't seem fair since we don't have any proof of anything. But it was definitely not my friend Piero. Master Adeljäger has entered his testimony in our register. Snitch, 100. Josh, I don't want to be a snitch. I didn't, even though Martin doesn't like me, even though he's insulting me the whole time, I did not snitch because I didn't talk to him. And there are no proofs. The only thing I know is that Ferenc is a person who
who's kind of abusing his situation, or his job, I should say. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence. Proofs is irrelevant among us. Among us, huh? Dude, Josh, it's kind of blows my mind. People, I mean, the DNA proof was very, very late invented. I think that was in the 90s. And we were so far away from that. So far away from that. And people are just, they need to get proofs. And yeah, hard to get this during these times. Don't Wimpchen. Yeah, I kind of want to protect the village here, but I might be also completely wrong. Maybe I'm going to get really disappointed. Do you believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Kirzao has two. The elderly brother, Edok, and the younger brother, Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither a man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Edok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and the second strokes meet on the A and G. Well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Of course, Your Reverence. Are we going to talk more about notes? I don't know, streamer people used to prove others were rich. Yeah. So many innocent people died. It's brutal, Josh. It's actually so brutal. Notes written in the same hand, on the same type of parchment, to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigations. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. This is gonna have a bad ending. Until next time. This is it? Hopefully, there won't be next time. No offense. No offense. Final day of law and judgment. Wait, is this Act 2 now? Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. Oh no, it's the execution, right? I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. Well, here I am. Why I didn't want to miss this. Oh god. Oh god. It was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Did you ever talk with them in the Abbey, Andre? They believed me? We snitched fans. Oh my god, he's getting killed? He missed the trial, Andreas. That Archdeacon read all of the charges and found him guilty. Get another achievement, it's called the prior. Get Ferens executed. He's getting... Oh my god, I feel so guilty! But that's what the king said to me, that I got power over that. I worked with him almost every day. I didn't know he had murder in him. I don't think Ferens did it. The Archdeacon got it wrong. I worked with him every day. He was obsessed with dark magic. It was only a matter of time before he got caught. He was not. Why should I lie here? I still don't know if it was him. Justice is certain. Judge, we have no proofs. You think they are so pious, but all they are here to do is slowly drain the life out of this town. Calm down, Peter. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? Well, if you don't see a rolling head, I don't think so. You're fine. What is this evil suggestion plan? Andreas? Otto? Yeah. This is literally what happened, I guess. People are just believing. Yeah. I didn't do this. God knows it, even if you do not. Agnus Dei, Crutolis peccata mundi. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Crutolis peccata mundi. Donna nobis pacem. Oh God. No. Running like a chicken, crying like a woman, huh? Pathetic. Silence. I feel so bad. It's my fault.
had no option. I order the executioner to carry out his duty. Oh my god, I can't play this game anymore. I'm not gonna sleep. Frederick, hi there, welcome to the stream. What's happening? Well, we decided that this guy is gonna get killed now. He's gonna get executioned. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. Yeah, those were the back in the days. It was like that. Yeah. Auge um Auge. I'm gonna look away. I can't do that. Close your eyes, chat. My lord judge, have I executed well? You have executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. Richard, what's wrong with you, dude? Calling this art? I know this was your doing, Andreas. I just know that. You know, it was only a matter of time before Ferenc was caught for his interests. Take it up with the Archdeacon. It has nothing to do with me. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. You turned a blind eye to these activities for years. Well, him next. You don't like Gano? Also don't like him, but I don't think we should snitch them the whole time and then they're getting executed. How dare you? Do you understand the pressure I'm under to keep this abbey together? Does that mean you should ignore the fact that your priest studies black magic or that he killed a man? I'm not sure if you did, though. Spurning the church, and I don't think so. You're no longer welcome at Kirsa, Andreas Maler. I will send your final payment to the Gärtners. And that's gonna be a problem, because I wanted to talk to the nuns about, about one of them being away, but we wanted to talk to Mother Cecilia. How am I supposed to do this now? She got a taste for blood? No. You have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Yeah, they kicked me out. Of course they did. Separation. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. Yes, and none too soon. At least my bra, Piero is still alive. This farewell will have to be brief, Father Giano made it clear. I was no longer welcome at Kirsau. I pray that time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he will eventually realize you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but unavoidable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. But the world needs you more than Kirsau does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. We'll keep you out of trouble when I'm gone. Kinda cocky to say, but I'm actually also worried at the same time. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Wait, this is feeling like the end. Please, I value your assessment. I suppose it's not everything I hoped for. The opinion of an old monk matters little. All the time, I'm excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece truly worthy of the word. Wow. Looks amazing. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work, not just interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true.
This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what you may want to see. Thought it is not my place to say so. I am proud of you, Andreas. Oh, what's this? A scrap of parchment? Kehrt nie wieder hierher zurück. Do not return here. A warning. Whose hand is that? It doesn't look like Brother Adog's or Brother Guy's. Yeah. Guess whose? Yeah, no. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. It's strange, but nothing to be concerned over. Guys, give me 1 second. The burbles are inside and they're snacking. So be right back. Yeah, I'm back again. Maybe you can even see the burbles later on after they snacked a bit. Catch the birdies fast. Yeah, they're always super fast, but they're snacking now and they're definitely hungry. I can see it. I'm drinking Glöck malt wine. I hate that actually, but enjoy. It's so stinky. I'm gonna say this one here. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. Someone was trying to manipulate him into going to the chapter house in the middle of the night. By the way, I also realized we didn't talk about the mingling about the two monks here to anyone. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and the abbey. Piero. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. You'll love it. Well, it's the right season to enjoy it then. A frightening thought, but who would do such a thing? I wish I knew, God knows. It kind of feels like the end, but it feels so unsatisfying. Please don't let the game suddenly end like this. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. Hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. Oh, come as often as I can. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Assuming Father Garneau doesn't forbid it. We must have faith that better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Maler. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. Thank you for your guidance. God bless you. Because suddenly, right at the beginning, I said like, okay, chapter 1 took me like 10 hours. Then, boom, chapter 2, boom, chapter 3. Never mind. I got the achievement, the Baron. Finish Act 1. Okay, never mind. We get. Are you alright, Master Andreas? Kaspar! What? Are you alright, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore. Would you like me to leave you alone? No, Kaspar, it's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like so many things. Andreas Maler, I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nürnberg for these last 7... I was about to say how many years were we away? 7 years! No, Nürnberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Okay, we're working on our background story again. Poland. Andreas knows some Polish, bits of Czech and Hungarian, and can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague and Buda. Well, we're going to take England. Andreas knows some English and can reference cultural touchstones from London and other parts of Britain. Mate, France. Andreas knows French and can reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours and Dijon and Aragon. Andreas knows some Spanish and a bit of Arabic and can reference cultural touchstones from Barcelona and Valencia. Ingal. I'm gonna take France though. Just because. Britain land. I'm sorry for disappointing my British friends here. No Finland. Nah, I guess not. Spent a few years in France, in France and Burgundy, painting portraits and religious paintings of nobles and courtiers. Burgundy, powerful former duchy of eastern France that became a province in 1477, known for its fine arts, monasteries, and courtly fashion. France, my mortal enemies. Did he visit Provence? Only briefly for a commission. Why? When King Louis expelled the Jews from the region some years ago, a number chose to convert and remain. So the king taxed them into misery. I wondered if the tax yet persisted. I have no idea. I'm surprised you care at all. Well, I am not about to leap into a fire to save anyone, but I don't think it's right what's happened to them. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Curacao. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I was just passing through on my way back to Nürnberg. I thought I'd stop in. So I wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that. I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. But were you expecting a hero's welcome? Fine, tell Father Giano I'll be staying at the Landhaus in town for a night or two before moving on. I wouldn't mind. I didn't get parents killed if that's what this is about. Landhaus. An inn or tavern usually owned and operated by a single family that serves travelers in rural areas. I'm always imagining a World of Warcraft guest house here. Finland wasn't a thing. We were on one with Sweden during these times. Probably. I didn't learn much about the Nordic history, to be honest. Unfortunately, I should say. I think I'm gonna say this one here. The Archdeacon is the man who found him guilty. Why should I be held responsible for it? Andreas, get out! Why is he so rude? Make a rude gesture and leave? Nah. There's no reason to do that. World of Warcraft stream soon? Nah. Revolution. The monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Chiesa Abbey, a nobleman. Father Gano panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating Archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferenc. You know, it was a long time ago. I really don't want to talk about it. No, we can talk about that. I think that's important. He was executed for the crime. He got someone killed. No, I collected evidence and presented it truthfully. The Archdeacon is the one who made the ruling. Was that or let an innocent man die? No, I'm going to say this one. We only became part of Russia during the late 17... Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that, Pan. Okay, I didn't know that. The 1918 came around and boom, independence. So your country is actually a very young nation. I didn't know this. Huh. Interesting. Well, you can let your friend die. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still as mad at you. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I've had to live with that. Hard, yes, but also exploration. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to return to Nürnberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take towards home is agonizing. But Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nürnberg, I begged my father to help me to become your apprentice. I don't understand you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. I know. Must be hard to believe I was once very much like you. All that I have accomplished is my work, yes. Now I'm left hollow with nothing else left. Thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. Oh, everything is giddy here. I should probably know this since I'm a noble blood living in Finland. Interesting. That sounds interesting, Frederick. I think we also have... was it Desnik saying that? He also said he had some noble blood. But in Norway, Finland is very young compared to other countries, and the 100th Independence Day was recognized worldwide as a major event. I can imagine. Yeah, it's a very, very young nation. I didn't know this. Interesting. Every time I'm streaming, I'm learning something. Even Norway was about to donate a mountain to us, but there was something in the legislation that they could not donate the hilltop. Funny. You wanted to donate a mountain. Uh-huh. I never heard of that. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. Once I wanted this life so much that it's consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I've wanted was never really, really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want our life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes, alright? So this is what you have to look forward to, Caspar. A life of disappointment. Or learn from my mistakes. True story, they would have given us a mountain top, but there was some legal stuff in the way. It's crazy to me. You can get our mountain. But not the top, though. Alright, yes, Master Andreas. I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Caspar. Oh, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. That means these little kids are bigger now. Visit Klaus, paying respects. Oh, our journal is also completely different now, right? France. Andreas knows French and can reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours, and Dijon. Mystical spirits. Andreas has absorbed some concepts of Christian mysticism via the heretical book he found in Kirsau's scriptorium. He's continued his studies with other translated texts as he has found them. Objective. Also objective here in Drucker's house. Oh, never mind. That's the Drucker's house. The room is sparse compared to what I'm used to. Sparse. Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay? It's been wonderful, Hannah. Thank you. Well enough. The room is not what I'm used to be on. Hello? Oh, Gear, you're in the best room we have. I'm glad it's to your liking. Why should I be so cocky? Was there anything else? It's even their best room. No, thank you. Until later. Until then. I had a feeling they already tried to do their best, so why should I just be rude about that? Kilian. Good day, Master Maler. Nico. Ah, Master Maler, is it? Hello, welcome to the Golden Hand. I'm Nico Berger. I own this landhouse and run it with my wife Hannah and our son Kilian. I'll leave my boy help you to your room. Is it to your liking? It's lovely, thank you. Its offices, not quite the comfort I'm accustomed. Oh my god. Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. I worked for the Abbey as an artist. I see. I heard you were involved in solving a murder. Out of necessity, the wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. Are you trying to ask me to solve a murder? No. I heard it was the prior of the Abbey that the Baron was sacrificed in some diabolical spell the brother was casting. No, he wasn't casting a spell, the Baron wasn't a sacrifice. Where did you hear that? Bits and pieces that people have said here and there? Okay. It's wrong. It sounds like the story's changed in the last 7 years. I meant no offense, Master Maler. I just find it to be an interesting story. It's not a story, it's something that happened. 2 people died. Of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until later. Until then. So they're talking BS here, huh? Samuel, who are these people? Hello, Andreas. A lot of things changed here. But yeah, I even have a family crest. There's a bird and a tree in it. Oh, nice. You know, I love birds. That sounds really nice. It sounds also very cool indeed. Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the abyss. Would you prefer the alternative? You don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. I'm just saying... Andreas? Andreas Maler? It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Kaspert Ziegler from Salzburg. Oh, Austria. Small city located on the river Salzach and founded on Roman ruins. Rumors of violence and rebellion in the city are becoming more common. Kasper's hometown. Good day. Ah, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. We don't grow them that fast, even in Nürnberg. No, not yet. I've only been married 7 years, Otto. What do you mean only 7 years? Some people having 7 kids and doing this time. Okay, not 7, but... No. They grow fast enough around here. Even I just had our first little Otto. Though we call him Ötz. This is Ötz. This Ötz is such a weird name. Congratulations, you two both. That's wonderful news. After yourself, I think that's very much common, right? I think it's been a try with Dad gone, but Clara knows a lot about where they can. Of course, within 7 years, a lot of things are changing. He lived a surprisingly long time, considering his profession and previous stroke. Sorry to hear about your father. It's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. Yeah, he was having lots of pain, especially in his chest. I remember reading this year. People were working so hard. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? I'm sorry, things got busy after I left Tossing. Sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. Like, I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Is that little Martin? Otto, are you going to introduce me to your friend? Yeah, it is Martin. Don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin, remember? Yeah, the guy who was yoinking all this stuff. Oh, yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Hello, sorry, Jerome, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love willing away the hour in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. Good to see you, Martin. The last time I saw was in this meadow. Who was sneezing seemed to hate being here. But now he loves it. Strange. Is it strange or are you just confused? I know what I say. I know what I saw. Are you sure? Who's this, by the way? Well, good to see you. From now on, you can call me Noble Viking Frederick. That sounds like a title in World of Warcraft, actually. Pain in my ass! What's this about a meeting? Is something happening in town? Can't believe how much Martin's changed. You've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. Actually, I was just on my way to see Klaus. Tell him to come too. He's been dragging his feet. Until later. Old faces. The many-petaled cinquefoil that grows so easily, some consider it as a weed. Yes, you can definitely pet the cat. Am I going the right way, though? I think I need to go to the left side. All right. Brother Wojslav used thyme in almost all of the Abbey's cooking, maybe because it grows so easily here. That was the jail. Oh! Andreas, I had heard you were back in Tussing. God bless you. I don't think they're really happy to see me, though. God bless you, Father Thomas. It is good to see you again. Good morning, Father Thomas. You're not going to try to get me to come to Mass, are you? Hope with this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tussing has enough going on as it is. We have a bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts of mischief. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Not to mention the grumbling the peasants are making. That's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guests with such things. Sure, if there is a trouble, Master Maler will be the first to stick his nose in it. Okay, after 7 years, they're still not forgetting. Why are you always such an asshole? I literally said it. Oh no, you have no appreciation for how privileged your life is. It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. After Ferenc was executed, Father Abbot made Mathieu to the new prior. Ferenc may have been annoying, but Mathieu is even worse. Thanks for that. Would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Piero to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. That's so bad, such a bad thing to say. You're a buffoon and a coward who hides behind his habits. Friends, there's no need for such ire. Forgive me, Father Thomas. I'll let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. Actually came to speak to you on the abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gano would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you're interested in purchasing some of our books. The abbot just had me run off and now he wants me back. Wonderful, fantastic. Wait. I think so bad the abbot has to sell off Kiesa's greatest treasures. The abbey needs the money more than it needs ink-stained parchment. No one values these books anymore, except perhaps you. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. You could come by tomorrow morning. Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Mother Illuminata. Yes, since Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. Oh no! Dude, I wanted to talk about the gossip. 7 years ago. I guess I'm a bit too late now. I suppose Illuminata knows the library better than anyone. I can't wait. Tell him to expect me. I'll come by to take a look. Calm yourself. There will be time enough for examen tomorrow. And Andreas, I apologize for my harsh words before. I was rash. It was rash. Brother Piero was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Oops, I'm sorry. That was my empty bottle here. Excellent. I'm so glad you two were able to work things out. Well. Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? I think so. Why? A private matter. Of course. Until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. The abbot's invitation. Let's see. I ran into Otto Zimmermann and Martin Bauer having a discussion in the meadow. Martin returned from his adventures as a changed man. Otto told me to come to the commons later. I'll head there after I talk to Klaus. I ran into Brother Guy outside of the town church. He extended an invitation from the abbot to buy books from the library. Mother Illuminata will be waiting for me there in the morning. People. Well, there are a lot of people again. A Burgundian scribe, Brother Guy, is respected for swift hand, but generally dislikes for his mean spirit, two-faced, sycophantic behavior. Father Gano entrusts a guy with writing the abbey's most important documents. Johanna Hannebergerin, wife of Nico, co-proprietor of the Golden Hand Landhaus, mother of Kilian. And this is Kilian Berger, dutiful son of Nico and Hannah, works at the Golden Hand, Martin Bauer, son of Franz and Kat Bauer, husband of Brigitte, known for his churlish youth, flight from Tassing, and his repentant return. But it's updated. A timid co-proprietor of the Golden Hand, husband to Hannah, father to Killian. Nicolas Nico Berger. Then we have Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of the late Otto, married to Eva and father to Eds, known for his dislike of the abbey, especially Father Gano. Otto Eds Zimmermann, son of Ivan Otto, nicknamed after the Eds Valley to differentiate him from his father and late grandfather. That makes sense. Father Thomas Sprecher, town's priest for Tassing, tends to his flock at Our Lady of the Labyrinth. And then there's the glossary. St. John's, the feast and celebration of St. John's the Baptist, beginning at sunset on June 23rd, coincides with Midsummer's Day and the summer solstice. Alrighty. That's it. We're here, and we're about to enter the Drucker's house here, which is this one, I think. Yes. Perfect. But before we're doing that, I gotta grab some water, actually. I don't have water anymore, so I'm gonna be right back. In the meantime, you can enjoy the view on Little Zazo. Hello, I'm back again. Oh, hi, Tatami. Are you scared? Don't be scared. Sazu is a cutie. He would never do anything to you guys. Just nibbling a bit, and then you're gonna bleed just a bit, though. He's not judging anything. No. We're going back again to the game. I hope he was behaving, though. Oh, there you go. Welcome back, Mimsy. Thank you. And you were asking me how the pizza was, right? Yeah, the pizza was good. It was super delicious. I just love spinach. I love spinach so much. How was yours? You also had the spinach pizza, right? There you are. Magdalena. Wait, they're having another kid? Is he speechless? Andreas! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. Klaus, you're not really mad, are you? I don't want to bother you, but I was passing through. Well, feel free to keep passing through. It's been 7 years after all. First Bert, then Marie, just after Magdalena was born. Wait, what? My wife always thought highly of you. Can't believe you didn't write back after I told you that they had passed. Why is Andreas not writing back? It's annoying me so much. He lost his family. He lost his wife and his son. His son was so young. Oh, this is so sad. I'm sorry, I should have written. Yes, you should have. Too late for that now, though. Oh, hello. She likes you. Is that a cat on the floor? Yeah. A sleeping one. It was delicious, but they don't have feta. Oh, next time. Like spinach and feta, that's like a heavenly combination, to be honest. Oh, this is so sad. Your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? The 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt, and use the words as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor. Abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavaria is in Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tussing. Former duchy of the Southern Holy Roman Empire, it was reformed as the Swabian Circle in 1512. It borders Bavaria to the west, the Swiss Confederacy to the south, and Austria to the southeast. By the way, did you guys know that the team was working very, very close with another close team of scientists here, with historians? This is why I do think this game is absolutely great. This must be what Otto is talking about later. Wanted me to bring you along. So this is Otto's cause? Yes, he asked. I may come, I may not. The abbot has been squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk and we're pushing back. Your cause is right, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gärtners lately, you should visit them. And Otto, had you print these? Yes, why? Well, I didn't think he could read. He can, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks, I print, just trying to do my part, I suppose. Hello, Mixo. Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the stream. How goes the Blessed Friday? I had a very shitty day, to be honest. But now I'm doing better. Doing better because I'm hanging out with you guys and I'm playing a really good game. What about yourself? Happy Friday! Sorry, I'm still not in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the comments, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. I understand. Until later, Klaus. Of course, I will see you then. Be good while we're gone, Magdalena. Will you be good? Sweetie. Cold reunion. I am such an a-hole for not writing back, actually. It's so bad. It annoys me. Klaus wasn't happy to see me. Probably should have written back to him when he contacted me about Marie and Bert. Nothing to be done about now, because it's too late. He's been printing the leaflets for Otto to promote the peasants' demands. He said that I should head to the commons to hear Otto give a speech to the town. Magdalena Drucker, daughter of Klaus and the late Marie, sister of the late Berthold. Klaus Drucker is the Tussing town printer and widower to his wife, Marie. Although Tussing is an unusual place for a printing press, it does brisk trade with pilgrims and other travelers on the Imperial Road. His first son, Berthold, died to illness. He's raising his only daughter, Magdalena, alone. So sad. Where do we have to go? Town Commons. That means we're just gonna go down here. Alright. So many people.
Everyone, listen! We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I am going to say is untruthful, so it's time we started saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our rights to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us. Restrictions on how we can pay rent. Limits on where we can move, who can we wed. And now the death tax, which once claims only our best animal and garment, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the Rathaus? A common community hall where people meet, typically a council that governs day-to-day affairs under the authority of a lord. We're still seeing Rathaus to this, by the way. Surely that is a sign that the abbot wishes to share his power to listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favored few against the many. This is not charity. No. Only greed and desperation drive Father Gernot. You'd think that if the abbot could, he'd steal that man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Gernot do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now when we most need the intercession of our saint, the abbot has shut us out. Father Gernot's actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right. Here, here. Yes. This has to stop. Let's fix this. Stop. This is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the abbot, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Hannah's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. Your lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground in dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always grind you up instead, Leonard. They might be right if there are already soldiers about. I don't know about this. We must stand for its right. God is on our side. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have cause. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. Damn, they really want to do this, huh? If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, do you think my family Salzburg is all right? Don't worry, the civilian losses were minimal. They're probably fine. Don't know, Casper, but we can find out. Trying to listen. Shut up! No. Well, maybe we should go to Salzburg after this. Enough is enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A right is cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. But if the words of man can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of your saint shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for your coming. Some rebellious people here, huh? Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I'm
surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. What can I say? I miss the Alpine air and the people, of course. I was on the road back to Nürnberg, actually, and wondered how you all were getting on. I was gone so long, I'm sorry for not sending word of my arrival. You certainly did pick an odd time to visit. We're in the middle of a strange season. Ah, you found the Gärtners. Your speech was very rousing. Otto, I swear they get better each time. If the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto, the town could suffer for it. Are you looking for trouble, Otto? I'm gonna go now. Have a good night, people. Good night, dear Pam. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, get well soon. Have a good recovery. We're past the point of carrying Maler. If you were in our position, you'd understand that. Right, it's not my place to judge. I'm just concerned. It's appreciated, but we know the rest. Oh, did you really see a sign from God? Is that true? It is, Andreas, I swear. Got an achievement. It's called Art of Persuasion. Pass 5 dialogue checks. Hell yeah. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can, all right? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come to by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. That sounds wonderful. We'll be there, Clara. Sounds good to you, Caspar? I'm not deciding this with Caspar. I'm the boss now. Go to the Gärtners for supper. Before we do that, let's see. Otto's speech was attended by almost everyone in Tassing. He spoke of the many problems both the townsfolk and peasants have with the abbot's regulations. Most people agreed with him, but Leonard Müller and Hannah Bergeron were worried about the Duke's intervention. He also hinted at receiving a son of God's favor that he's planning to reveal on St. John's Day. Ran into Clara and Eva in the Commons. Clara invited us to spend time with the family over supper. I should head to the farm when I'm ready. I am ready in a second. Agnes Steinauren, midwife of Tassing, wife of Lucky. She has one daughter, Brigitta Bauern, wife of Martin. This is Anton Pfeiffer, son of Karl and Helena. Clara Gärtnerin, second wife of Peter Gärtner, mother of Ursula, known for her kindness and her concern for her husband's health. Endres Schmitz, the Tassing town blacksmith. Endres works near the town center most days. Gret Albanin, wife of Ulrich and mother of Anna. Gret assists her husband in the town bakery. Johannes Johann Bauer, brother Franz Bauer, husband of Hedy, father of Veronika and Hans. Johann is friendly with most of the families in town, but is determined to expand his farm. Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of the late old Otto, married to Ivan, father to Erz, known for his dislike of the abbey, especially Father Gernot. Understandable. And Peter Gärtner, husband of Clara, father of Big, Jörg, Eva and Ursula, known for his temper and his dislike of the abbey, and Leonard Müller. Veronika Gärtnerin, daughter of Johann and Hedy Bauer, sister of Hans, married to Big Jörg, close friends with Brigitta Bauern. Alrighty. And we need to go to the Gärtner farm. Andreas Maler, didn't expect to ever see you again, ever see you back in Tassing. You look like you've done well for yourself. I look at my clothes and their clothes. Things, and how have you been? It may look like it, but it doesn't feel like it. It's like I'm slamming their faces with a sentence, to be honest. Things went well for a while after you left. Widow Kemperin lost her land, and the abbot let us work it. My brother's heart gave out no long after, but then Martin came back to help work the land. Even so, it's been hard to keep up with the abbot's demands, the taxes and everything else. It sounds like a lot of people are upset with the abbot these days. Oh, I'm really just passing through. They have a good reason to be. I know you didn't get on well with the man either. Father Matthias never let things get this bad. Anyway, good to see you, Andreas, even if you are just passing through. Until later. Andreas. Heard rumor you were back. Hello, Hans. Meet Caspar, my apprentice. Hello. Hello. Are you from Nürnberg like Andreas? Hi. I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. I've never been outside of Tussing. Or ridden a horse. Tussing's a wonderful place to live. You should get out of this place while you're young, Hans. It's a shithole. I really don't want to say that. It is probably, but you should not. It's his home, though. I guess. Some of the men in town say it would be better if the abbey weren't around. Then you'd have to contend with the Lord. That's hardly better. Might be right about that. What do you think? There are worse things in this world than Father Gano's Texas Hans. I don't know. There's always someone you're working for, huh? I don't know. It could be nice to have a change. Be careful what you wish for. Change does not come peacefully in the Empire. Guess we'll see. Until then, Hans. Hitty. Hello, Andreas. Could also visit them, to be honest. Brigitta. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Brigitta. How are you doing? I'm surprised you knew I was back. Martin mentioned you were back in town. Oh, look at those baby chick. Yes, looks like you turned up after all. You look like you're doing well with yourself. I guess you both degenerates back in town, huh? Yeah, the winter without him was excruciating. I lost little Wolf, and Kat was worried that she'd lose the farm after Franz died. Dude, all these people are losing their kids. It's horrible. It was a baby. But then Martin returned, and he's provided well for us ever since. Despite the tightening restrictions we've gotten by, I'm thankful. It's wonderful to hear. I'm happy for you. I'm sorry to hear about Wolf. No. Thank you. Try not to think about it. You don't want to remember. It's not about remembering. It's too painful. Kat wants to talk about him all the time, you know. Many nights there's clear sky. She looks up and asks if I ever wonder how he is up there. That must be excruciating. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, Andreas. I can't talk about this anymore. I'm sorry I brought him up, Brigitta. You didn't know. It's all right. It's been good to see you again, but I should be going. Until later. Until then. Most of the time, those kids died because they didn't have the vaccines we're having today. It's crazy. Andreas Maler? Hello, Kat. Well, would you look at that? You are back in Tussing. And look at you. You've done well for yourself. Who's this? Please, Kat, please meet Caspar, my apprentice. Hello. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Good, strong face, though. I do. What brings you back to Tussing, Andreas? Just passing through on the way back to Nürnberg. How have you been, Kat? You seem well. I saw Martin earlier, I must say. I was surprised to see him. I feel well. The past 2 years have been challenging, but I'm stronger enough for the Lord's child. Franz passed a few winters ago. Then Wolf, Brigitta, and I nearly lost the farm and our minds. But Martin returned shortly after, and he's proved to be a changed man, a good man. This is sad, but they didn't have the knowledge of today back then either. That's true. I mean, the development of medicine or technology within 100 years is actually amazing. But it makes me sad that there are still some people existing, they don't want to vaccine their kids. I am not understanding this at all. He saved us from destitution. I've been wondering where Wolf was. I'm so sorry, Kat. My condolences on Franz passing. Thank you. He was, a real asshole, a difficult man, a faithful Christian. It's a difficult man. I hope his pains and terrors are eased now that he's at God's side. And now that Martin has returned to us, the farm is no longer in danger. Brigitte and I live in hope of more children soon. Times may be hard and testing right now, but God surely does answers our prayers. Glad you and your family are well, Cat, despite everything. Should actually be punished. I think punishing would be a bit too hard, but I don't know. It should not be allowed, I guess, because it's a sad kind of death to die like that, even though there's like an easy vaccine for that. Yeah, it's just a right about your body, I guess, but I'm not understanding this much. Thank you, Andreas. It truly is good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times. Till later, Cat. Until then. And Martin. Andreas Maler, good to see you again after all these years. I'm surprised you'd say that. Your parting words to me back then were hardly kind. Were they? It's been so long I don't remember. You told me to eat shit. It was pretty rude. Well, sorry for being such an asshole back then. It seems like you learned a lot since then. It's nothing to feel bad about. It was a long time ago. What happened to you anyway? Ah, right. I stole some of the Baron's things. I didn't make it far with them. I tried to sell them in Walgau and I got robbed. Serves me right, I guess. Luckily, they didn't find the coins I was carrying. The money carried me around Bavaria for another month and a half. Then I started stealing. I grew bigger and more confident over time and became a highwayman. You were a bandit. You were lucky you didn't get killed. Hard to believe, I know, but yes. Anyway, it didn't last long. I eventually got scared out of it. I had a partner for the last year of my adventures. We tried to rob some Italians. We thought they were merchants traveling under the banner of St. George, a 2nd century Praetorian guard and patron saint of England. He is most well known for his legendary victory against a dragon slayer. The parents, of course, one of my good friends at the time was not allowed to vaccinate his sister. She wanted him to be vaccinated only because he was over 18. Over 18? Really? Interesting. They were not. They were soldiers guarding the property of Italian bank. My partner didn't survive the encounter. I was wounded and alone in the wilderness. Thought of my father and my mother, Brigitte. Realized I couldn't remember Wolf's face anymore. Had to come back and take up the responsibilities I had left behind. It's good that you did for everyone's sake. It's coming back difficult. I bet it was very difficult. You may be right. Mom and Brigitte couldn't run the farm after Dad died. Maybe it's for the best that he wasn't here when I got back. It's all in the past now. I just need to look forward. That was quite a speech you gave back at the Commons. Good attitude. I'll talk to you all later, Martin. Need support. The townsfolk aren't as committed to opposing the abbot. They have less to gain and more to lose if the abbot chooses to get the Duke involved. Anyway, I have to get back to work. Good talking to you, Andreas. All right. That means we can go back again. But this way. Wait, I made a mistake. Wait a second. I need to go more to the left side, right? Get that farm. It was right in front of them. Let's see. Time to eat something. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down to supper. Care to join? It would be my pleasure. I wanted to walk around a bit more. I'll be back soon. Give me a second. I would like to talk to people first. Ursula is also bigger now. I mean, taller. Hello. Hello, Ursula. Do you remember me? No, should I? Suddenly she speaks. It's me, Andreas. I've been a friend of your family for 8. I suppose you wouldn't recognize me. I'm not the poor artist your parents boarded. You were very young when I was lost and tossing. I boarded in your parents' house. You used to poke me in the foot with a stick to wake me up. Maybe she can remember that. I did? You did. I stayed in the room upstairs. I kind of remember that. I think you told me a story once. Mom and Dad sometimes talk about you. They said you went away for more training. What was that like? Well, while I was in Paris, I learned a new oil technique. No, not about the art, Andreas. About your travels. All right. Paris is the liveliest city I've ever been to. The Notre Dame de Paris Cathedral is always being renovated until today. I was traveling along the Seine one night and I heard a ghostly wailing out over the water. The Seine is a river that flows from its source near Dijon through Paris and into the English Channel at the Havre des Grâces. Let's take this one. And the university has some of the brightest minds I've ever met. Father says university is a waste of time and that people should learn a trade. I learned a lot in university but never did finish my degree. Don't listen to your father. He just doesn't like anyone who's not a peasant. He seems to like you. Andreas, can I ask you something? Of course. Do you know the stories about Perchta and the wild hunt? In Germanic folklore, the wild hunt is a supernatural cavalcade of the spirits and fiends? No, friends, which may cause destruction of portent war and other catastrophe, if not adequately appeased. The wild hunt is often led by a legendary figure such as a Perchta or the devil. Isn't there a game called The Wild Hunt? A little. I didn't learn about them until I lived there. Why? Are they bad? Bad how? Well, my grandma tells me things about Perchta and spirits and charm. And the old woman, Ottilia, she talks about them too and says all these words I don't understand. She told me they're part of the old ways or something. So why do you think they're bad? Well, my dad says that I shouldn't listen to any of it. He said it's nonsense and the father, Thomas, would be mad. He said only tolerates it with old people because they are too stuck in their ways. I don't want to get in trouble, but Grandpa says if I don't learn the old ways, they'll just be forgotten. Why are you asking me? I'm afraid if I ask someone else, they'd tell my dad or worse, Father Thomas. So are they bad? They're not bad. You should learn what you can while you can. They're not bad, but those stories could get you in trouble, so... Yeah, maybe you shouldn't learn about the old ways. Really? Ah, damn, I'm regretting what I said now. Well, they're just stories, of course, but I don't think we can convince her. Yep. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Until later. Damn, I messed it up. Hello, Andreas. Good to see you back in town. Hello, Veronica. How have you been? Pulled over every which way. Mom's been a cow about when I give her grandchildren. As if I'm not doing enough work already. You married now? It's a good idea to set yourself up for the future, Veronica. You shouldn't rush something as important as children. Oh, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. Björk and I were married 2 springs back. Congratulations to you both. You make a lovely match. That's about what I expected. No. Thanks. Now Mom's nagging me about when we'll have kids. It's a good idea to set yourself. Are you two having trouble? I don't know. We're not really personal, right? We're not really friends. That's what I keep telling her. Maybe you should talk to her, Andreas. If it comes from someone as successful as you, maybe she'll pay attention. I don't think so. Anyway, I should get back to work. We're all preparing for the festival. I'll leave you to it. Until later. See you. And Il Peter. Hallo Il Peter.
Ah, it's you, the artist from a few years ago.
Yes, Andreas Maler. I'm surprised you remember me.
Everyone seemed to think my mind is going, but it's still sharp as a nail. Andreas makes nails, good man. Right. Are you staying with my family again?
I'm staying at the Golden Hand.
Those smithers charge us just as much as the pilgrims for a drink, but won't support my son in his cause. That new abbot must have gotten to them, the bastard.
Why do you hate the abbot so much?
Everything went to shit after Father Matthias died. The man, God rest his soul, never increased taxes. He might have asked for 2 thin, harder winters, but we were happy to help the abbey then. We could take from the forest as we needed. Brother Florian used to help us in our illnesses. Let us follow in the ways of our forefathers. A true Christian, that old abbot.
And then?
That doesn't answer my question. Father Gernot promised he would keep everything between the abbey and us peasants the same. And we were foolish enough to believe him. At first he refused to allow Florian come down anymore. Tax got higher, he stopped allowing us to paying goods and livestock. Now he's only taking coins, as though we can come by enough of that in a year to pay our rents alone. The bastard doesn't give a damn about us. Not how Father Matthias did.
The abbey had patrons then. Times weren't as hard. It's not Father Gernot's fault. He's had to increase taxes. Didn't realize how bad the restrictions were for you. Father Gernot's been an ass longer than I thought.
No, of course you don't. Not your kind with your fancy hats, tassels and furs. You don't need to see the troubles of a common folk. Why should this new abbot grander than us all?
I should go.
All right.
It was very important that we were talking to everyone here to see what's going on, what they're thinking of. But now we can join. It's truly a blessing to have everyone back together again, if only briefly. Keep an eye on that boy of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how much he takes.
Young boys eat too goddamn much.
Oops. Peter, stop that! Andreas is our guest! Why don't you lead us in grace?
Fine. Bless us, O Lord,
And these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. We pray again for beloved Christine, gone now these many years. Please help me protect my family in these difficult times. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread? The Gärtners can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Quite, Caspar. Well, they don't have much food left now, and that's a big family. Andreas, it's so good to have you at our table again. But you know what? Even though they don't have much, they're inviting us. It's so kind. So, so kind. With another guest? Is this young man your assistant? Caspar, yes, he's my apprentice. That would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. Remember you did the same thing when you lived here? Cheese, rye bread, fresh pottage. It's still good though. Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas? I prefer to spend what little free time I have in books these days. Sometimes when the mood strikes, not really. The work I do now is pretty rote. Aunt Eva said she'd teach me to read, but her book got destroyed in a flood. Oh no, they're all getting sick. How nice that you have the time. And we toil all day, and that despicable abbot is starving us all while he sips on his sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad. He's only just got here. How have the fates been treating you these last few years? Uh, the Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid. That's one way to say it. Being miserable as shit all around. Maybe you should be resting, Grandpa. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna sitting up at my own goddamn table. The whole family's been ill, Andreas. Peter, his father, and Ursula with an ache, and me, well... Clara lost a child in childbed a year ago now. Do you have any idea what the cause might have been? Tragedy, I'm sorry for her loss. Dude, I don't want to say this. Thank you, Andreas. It was some time ago, but well, such things linger. It was monstrous, monstrous! Surely the child is with the Lord now. Don't think about it, just keep the conversation going. You're already thinking about it. Please leave me alone just for a while. Is this my subconscious, by the way? Alright, just for a while. I'm gonna remain silent here. I don't want to mention Lord. It's just, I don't know. It's like I'm making fun of them for some reason. Gaming van? You mean Gamba? You can always go Gamba, but it's not recommended. The bird banks always wins. It seems the Lord really looks on Tussing any longer. That's why it's time for us to take matters into our own hands. We're eating. I'm at the table. Please, can we not talk about this now? Jörg was married while you were away, Andreas. Yes, I heard. You and Veronica make a good match, Jörg. Thanks. Jörg has been good to me. There aren't many other options in Tussing anyway. Dude, imagine you're married with someone and then they're like, yeah, I had no other options, so okay, I'm gonna take you. But it was different back then. It's been a couple springs, but I'm still not used to being married. Any children yet? There's been time enough for it. Congratulations, Jörg. I'm happy for you. Thanks, Andreas. It's been our one blessing in our dark season. With the children soon to come, I hope. Hey! What? I don't get it. Do you? Forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas? Foreign patrons are fuzzy and I've spent a fortune trying to keep my ink wet and canvases dry while traveling. Nürnberg is miserable. I'm painting a commission, but patrons are paying to be added, so it's taking ages to finish. Well, I've been so busy with Casper's apprenticeship, I never have any time to myself. Christ, Andreas! You're living like a king compared to us! What is it like to travel? You must have seen so much. Oh, she's coughing so much. Welcome back, by the way, Thok. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick. But Mom, I'm still hungry. Here, Ursula, you can have mine. It's not fair that nobody else get any bread besides Master Andreas and me. Stop! Ursula, give it back to him! Wait, they're giving their only bread to us? I feel so bad. I am not going to have people in this town saying we can't feed our goddamn guests. Peter is so grumpy. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. Yeah. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later. Apologies, Peter. We don't mean to overstay our welcome. I was just saying we ought to go anyway. It's all right, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It was lovely to see you again. Yes, thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying for St. John's Eve? I think so. Good. Hopefully we see you later. Until then. Damn, that was the very first exhausting day, huh? Go to sleep, paying respects. All right. The Gardners have fallen on hard times. Their supper was meager, and the conversation was dire. Peter's angrier than ever about the abbot's rule about over Tussing. An unhappy ending to our first day here. It's time for us to retire for the evening. Il Peter Gärtner, the elderly father of Peter Gärtner. Il Peter is perpetually on death's door, but continues to work the field in spite of it. He's the oldest man in town. Katharina Kat Bauern, the wife of Franz Bauer, mother of Martin. Kat suffers under her husband's oppressive presence, but is well liked by the other townsfolk. Johannes Hans Bauer, son of Johann and Hedy Bauer, brother of Veronika. Hans is a quiet boy and is a reasonable, well-liked. He's not known for being particularly bright. Hedwig Hedy Bauerin, wife of Johann Bauer, mother of Veronika, and Hans. Townfolks like Hedy, but she is known for being loud and brash and for drinking too much, which makes her louder and even more brash. I think this didn't change at all. Then we have Big Jörg Gärtner, the son of Peter Gärtner, and his late wife Christina, called Big because he is the biggest man in town, married to Veronika, Brigitta Bauerin, daughter of Agnes Steinauerin, daughter of Lucky Steinauer, wife of Martin Bauer. Her first son, Wolf, died to illness. She lives with her husband on their farm, close friends with Veronika Bauer. And Ursula Gärtnerin, daughter of Peter and Clara, half-sister of Eva and Big Jörg. All right. We should probably get back to the golden, what was it called? Golden... Oh wait, it's not saying so. Retire for the evening. Well, let's see. I think it was on the right side anyway. The sin of Saul, the sin of Saul. The first monarch of Israel. According to the Old Testament, Saul was divinely rejected from the kingship after disobeying the prophet Samuel's instructions. This crazy wife is still living in, not wife, but this crazy woman is still living in this little house. I said, did you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Mali. She's mystic. She may be having one of her visions. Sister Amelie, are you all right? The Philistines, this is the hand of God. Compline. Sister, is something happening at Compline? It's Compline right now. No! Sister Amelie? You are the artist, Andreas. You remember me. Are you alright, sister? Yes, you were here when the Baron was killed. You've changed. Hopefully for the better. No one really changes in more ways than one. The complexities and difficulties of the outside world are why I'm glad to be in here. I can see and hear the world spinning around me, but I'm not part of it. The cell gives me the peace and isolation I need to feel God's presence. In the stillness of the storm of the world, the storm sometimes rouses in my soul. I wish Father Thomas were here. Would you like Casper to go to get him? If you could, yes. His house is just around the corner. Casper, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? My apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. My apprentice, but I think of him like a son. I have no son, my wife and I. What happened, by the way? It's all right, you don't have to explain. I have little advice for mothers and fathers. So this is how she lives. My world is one of the spirited couple from the march of life and death. I see and hear your worlds turning from this little window, but they are mercifully small glimpses. Merciful small? You choose a difficult life. The life is not difficult, but the choice was. The life belongs to God, and its child's are mine, to endure in the cell. The world is the world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of God's world. I strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself to the will of God. When my will is His will, He graces me with visions, confusing though they may be. To join your will, to intimidate with Jesus as though He were your wedded husband. It must be frustrating. Surely it could be interpreted with a scripture. Certainly if God is giving you visions, He wants you to understand them. Sorry to have disturbed you. I don't know what to say here. Frustrating. So chat, does everyone want to do a Harry Potter marathon with... Dude, Nobi, where's this coming from again? Do you know how long this marathon would be? It's over 10 hours. Maybe even 15. Maybe even 20. And that is like when? I think you got one here. I'm really a sucker for legend chanting, dude. Do you like playing a Total War? That's good. It's nice, right? It's nice to listen to. It is a struggle, but it's not frustrating. My visions are gifts from God. I'm blessed to receive them. I must have patience, seek counsel in Father Thomas, and accept that not everything will be revealed to me. Sister, what is that hole in the ground? I also realized there are like this hole from outside, and this one, it's looking like a grave. My grave. Holy God. So what's the right association here? She is living a life like this, and then when it's time, she's gonna lay down in the grave? That seems macabre. I dug it before Father Thomas read Mom funeral rites, before I was enclosed here. I dig a little more in it each day. Most people find it shocking that this is my devotion, my vocation. Once someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully. What if the calling is wrong? I don't think it's that simple. Of course, how could we do otherwise? Was the calling to cloistered life not enough? I wish I could give a helpful answer, but I don't know. I felt this way was my calling even before I could admit it to myself. Is the calling in question, Andreas? Is your life? Both, I think. I've lost my love. A love for art, love for family, love for anything. The last 7 years have been hard. It was all too much for me. Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is so small, is no small thing. It can hold so much. Augustine? Saint Augustine of Hippo was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and Bishop of Hippo Regius. He's recognized as a doctor of the Church and is most known for his works, The City of God, and his autobiographic confessions as well as his development of the doctrine of original sin. Before Hogwarts comes out, I will do a dream marathon. Actually, a good idea. I might even join you there. So if you can hold on that itch a little, I might even join you. Yeah. Andres, thank you for sending Caspar. It seems prudent. She asked for you. Are you alright, Sister Mali? Yes, Father, I may have another vision. I remember a little of it. Master Maler and his apprentice heard nothing specific. That is unfortunate, but I'm glad you are alright. Andreas, Caspar, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father, good evening. God bless you both. She's always getting visions when we are here. Master Andreas, I'm confused. What did this all mean? I'm not sure, but the last time I heard Sister Emily have a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. Exactly. What? Do you think... Could Sister Emily be receiving warnings? It is easy to think that, especially after the fact, but I was only present for one murder and another vision. Perhaps there is a medical explanation for a condition of fever or St. Anthony's fire. She may truly see and hear these things about, but not understanding their source. How sad to think that she may not seeing visions from God at all. That's for her and Father Thomas to figure out. It's none of our business. If that's the case, it's tragic. Come, Caspar, let's retire for the evening. Let's do that. As Caspar and I passed by the town church, we heard Sister Emily have another strange vision. She spoke of the sin of Saul and compline. It's an unsettling omen, considering what happened the last time I witnessed one of her visions. Yep, up the hill here. Golden Inn. There it is. Oi, oi, oi. I think everyone is sleeping here. Yep. Happy boy. Glad he's singing. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Go to sleep. Oh. Good morning, world. Meet Illuminata at the library. Yesterday, Brother Guy had extended an invitation from the abbot to buy books from the Kiss House Library. I should meet Mother Illuminata there. We should definitely do that. But before we're going there, I need some water again. So 2 minutes, a break of 2 minutes, and in the meanwhile, you can watch just the burbles again. Be right back. Hello, I'm back again. So you're just taking 5 to what? Video Pokemon Go addiction? No? Are you addicted? Look at that video. The camera is actually really good. Yeah, it is a good quality. I remember I bought it secondhand. And I paid around 70 euro for a secondhand camera. That's quite a lot still. But it was definitely more. It was around 100 euro. Yeah. I mean, it's good enough for purposes. And it's in HD, so that's what matters. He's Jeremy's next bird model. Kinda. Mm. He's very handsome indeed. I'm glad it's working very well. Alright, Burbles, back to the game. I should actually do another channel with birds. Birds only. Only birds. Da, 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 da. Did you drop this, Casper? No, I don't think so, Master. Ihr wurdet gewarnt? That script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Yeah, but you got warned, it's saying. My lecturer showed us her art YouTube channel was very cute. Yeah? Oh, that's sweet. It sounds sweet. Did you write that? No, it's again the message here. You were warned. When 24-hour birth camps. But then I definitely need kind of a... Dude, I can't run my PC the whole time just to stream. And then without any sound. Maybe that's an idea for April Fool's Day. Warned? What does that mean? Warned about what? It has to do with the murder that happened the last time I was here. It's nothing, don't worry about it. How? I thought they caught the murderer. Yes, but it's complicated. I just head up to the library, Casper. Alright, Master. I think we killed an innocent man. I think we killed Brother Fence for nothing. Just because we didn't like him. Good day, Master Maler. I think that's too expensive to run your PC all day at the yeah, for sure. Nah. That's definitely too expensive. You're right about that. We didn't do anything, streamer. We just we just snitched. It's a beautiful house, by the way. The daily pets. Where's the dog, by the way? We pet like 7 years ago. What camera is the bird cam? I need to look it up actually. I think it was. I need to look up on Amazon. It was warehouse deal. I found it over there. When was it? 2018 or 19? No, I started streaming in 2019. Webcam. It's Logitech. Logitech. Was it 19 or 20? I'm gonna try 2020. But if that's too late, Logitech. Wait a second, I think it's in Streamlabs. It's 920 or something. Give me a second. It's a C920. HD Pro webcam C920. C920. It's saying it's a Logitech one. They're not the whole day in the game. That's also true. They're only in the evening there. That's very much true. And during the nighttime. Otherwise, they're always outside. That's also a good point. Oh, wait. We wanted to talk to Guy. Andreas. Brother Guy, what are you doing out here? Father Gano has asked me to inform the townsfolk that the shrine is closed. Closed, with everything going on. Whatever for. Something happened to the shrine. We can't close the shrine of St. Moritz. Father Abbot has ordered it, Andreas. I must follow his commands. The relic is safe inside the church and we won't stop the pilgrims from visiting, but it is off limits to townsfolk. Why? That's actually a really good webcam for the price. I have no idea about the current price, actually. Let me see. Oh, I'm also curious. Sometimes things are cheaper. Sometimes things are more expensive. I realized this with the streaming deck. I think I got the streaming deck that was also for 140 euro. And back then there was no another streaming deck existing. Now I think it was like 2 days ago, they released a new one, announced a new one with actually a touch screen. But back then I could get the streaming deck for 140. That was also secondhand. I think that was also a good deal. C920 webcam. It's definitely cheaper now. You can get it for 50. Well, back then it was expensive. Oh no, it's a Black Friday deal. Usually it's 110. Oh damn, it's a good deal, by the way. I just realized. Oh yeah, the Black Fridays, huh? Is there? And the Steam Deck. Give me a second. A Stream Deck, not the stream. That's something else. Stream Deck. Oh, that's also cheaper now. It's only 100 euro. Well, the newest one is costing 230. It's crazy. But I don't want to miss the streaming deck. Even when you're not a streamer, it's insanely useful with all the buttons you can adjust everything. Wait a second. Why is this 100 and the other 140? Doesn't make sense. Well, Black Friday soon, baby. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I think it's a good time to get a good monitor. I think there are going to be some good deals about that. But yeah. I think I need to save my money for my surgery. Well, why? Or is there going to be a deal for Herman Miller? I don't think so. Wait a second. Let me go to the Herman Miller's website. Herman Miller. Black Friday. Wait. Save up to 20%. Huh. Wait, it is actually cheaper. Are you kidding me? Okay, I will have a look after streamer on that. Huh. Well. Okay, we're gonna do this after stream. I'm also curious. Abrampur, no Black Friday for me. Yeah, fuck, because you're crazy. You're just crazy. Oh, from 1,700. Yeah, dude, you are saving so much money. I also saw. Maybe I should get a chair because I really need a new one. Why? Is the question. The abbot has had enough of the peasants and townsfolk rebelling against the abbey. And this is why they're just closing the doors. I don't want you. Oh, fuck you. He's the rightful lord. The abbot has been more than generous, but he will not let his this 12 articles drivel pass. The abbot refuses to leave the relic at risk of the destruction. The hand of St. Moritz is the only thing keeping the abbey open. I see. How long will the shrine stay closed? The Tussing relies on St. Moritz just as much as the abbey. What about the faith of the townsfolk? So this is about money. The pilgrims bring donation, but the townsfolk don't. It's punishing the town further. I kind of want to say everything here. then they can stop engaging in such heretical and sinful behavior. The abbot is trying to protect the relic, nothing more. What about the peasants' complaints? I somehow doubt that the only thing on his mind. No one to destroy the hand of St. Moritz, guy. The abbot is a cruel man, and you're no better defending him. I will do my duty as my vows and my lord command me, Andreas. God bless you. Okay. They're punishing the people here. Nice. So if you're having good money, if you're paying enough, then you're allowed to go. You can pilgrim here. Where'd you go? Andreas! Oh, it's wonderful to see you again. How have things been for you in Nürnberg? I've actually been in Paris recently. Nürnberg is wonderful though. Nürnberg is the same as it always is. I'm not looking forward to going back to Nürnberg. I'm glad to hear it. Forgive me for asking, but how did you find the music in Paris? Beautiful marets and chansons were quite popular. I think you'd quite like it. I believe I would. Thank you. Perhaps if God blesses us, we may see some of those compositions before long. I love our music, of course, but I'm interested in what is being created across Christendom. I suppose you came to pay your respects to Brother Piero. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a wonderful man and a faithful servant of Christ. But he was my friend and teacher. Well, despite the occasion, it is good to see you again. God bless you, Andreas. Mathieu. Master Maler. Ah, Brother Mathieu, how have you been? Prior Mathieu now, since shortly after Ferenc met his end. I'm well, thank you. I will not bother you with questions about your life and career. It's clear you have done well for yourself. Of course, I'm sorry about Brother Piero. I know you were closing the scriptorium. He missed by us all. He's missed by us all. Thank you, I appreciate that. I wish I had returned in time to see him. I'm sorry. Lord willing, we will all see each other again someday. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to my duties. God bless you, Andreas. Oh, it's come to us? We still can't go here. How can I go to the... Oh, that was the crypta, right? No. That was... No. Go back to the church. Yep, crypt. In German, it's crypta. It's so spooky here. Wait. Not this way. Wait a second. That was the night. That was the way during the night. Let's go to the scriptorium, and from there we're gonna get there. Like money, like Friday soon, and have no money. Feel you. I feel you. You know, money is not making you happier, but it's so helpful. It would be so helpful right now. It would take some of my worries away. Serena. She was the cheeky girl who wanted to kiss, and she wanted to get more. You're back? Hello, Sister Serena. You seem surprised to see me. You're still here. Unfortunately. I was hoping to get a 28 to 70 lens for deal. Money definitely makes me happier. It's making you a bit happier. It's taking a bit worries away and giving you safety. This is something I am probably gonna long for a long time. Yeah, maybe Mixo, maybe you can get a nice deal. Maybe there is gonna be something for you. Maybe it's gonna be affordable. Ach, Thuggy. Nah. I think Zazu also needs to go to the doctor soon again. I think I should do this around Christmas. Because he has a chronic disease, and I'm constantly thinking of that. Then I'm thinking about what the doctor said about me today. I need a new chair. If I would have, like, I don't know. The problem is Like the surgery itself costs like 6K. The chair I want to have, dude, I need like 10K right now. Maybe it's good I secured only. I was about to say only birds. No, I'm never gonna do OnlyFans. But I just wanted to save that name. That was a bad joke. If I was rich, I would play God of War with the 60 FPS instead of 30. Newbie, but you're so far with the game right now, right? It's over. I hear you're master artist now. How much you've grown in stage. I'm impressed. You know, I've grown as well in a variety of ways. Grown out of accusing others when you don't get your way, I hope. Appreciate your interest, but Andreas, don't be petty. It doesn't suit your complexion. I was young and immature. Let it pass, won't you? Besides, you didn't have to endure the tongue begging Mother Limonada gave me. Did you get in much trouble? You did try to break your vows and lie about why I was in the library. Serves you right. I was nearly expelled from the abbey because of you. Please, with everything going on, you seducing me would have been the least of the abbot's concerns. You could have just kissed me. No. I was young and lonely. You have no idea how boring convents is for a young woman. That's why you were so upset that I didn't kiss you. It doesn't mean you can excuse people without a cause. That's so true. I think people always say money doesn't make you happy, but it does. It makes life easier, and therefore you have more time to be happy and less time to worry. A holiday? Hell yeah, I want to see a play. Let's go. Want to buy Leon's as an enclosure is the size of a house. Just do it. Oi. Yeah. I wish I would have a garden. I would definitely offer them a nice aviary. I think it's called, right? Not a cage, but yeah, a big thingy outside. They could also see how it is to actually feel the raindrops. That would be so nice to see. That's also what I'm feeling about my rabbits there, and they're not lucky enough to feel like real grass below their paws. I really wish that for them. That's the problem about being a city kid, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, money is not making you happy, but it's giving you lots of safety, to be honest. I think there is the problem is just if you're having too much money, I think you're getting bored. I think that's also why a lot of superstars or whatever people who are very successful, they just, I don't know, they are kind of, I don't know, they're trying to feel something, and then they're doing completely things wrong, like taking drugs or something, just to feel something. There were a lot of somethings here. And I think the sweet spot, I was reading in a study that was around when you were earning around 60,000 euro per year. But yeah, you need to get to that level first, right? A lot of people never gonna get that level. But I do think it's very important that you are not earning too much, so you are still having things you want to work for. But like our generation, I don't think we're ever gonna have, at least in Germany, it's super hard. Like, I don't think we're gonna have houses we can build. That's definitely over. There are also statistics about in Germany when you're getting a house, like people with migration background. If you are a woman, if you are a person with migration background, most likely you're never gonna have a house. Never. So most people are getting those houses because their family was here for a long time, or you're inheriting them. 652.80. Oh, the Herman Miller? Is that the Aaron one? Because I really want to get this Aaron one. I really want to try this one. Money does not make you happy. Money comes, you have no more worries. You can buy everything you want, and the most important things, you have financial independence. Yeah, and I think that's very important for your mindset. But it can also make you very lonely. Yeah, it can. In a room full of people, I mean, you're probably gonna get surrounded by a lot of people if they know that you have lots of money. They see what car you're driving, what kind of house you're having, how big your house is, what furniture you're having. All of this, they will gonna see that, and maybe they want to be friends with you because they wanna get benefit out of you. But in a room full of people, of these kind of people, you're gonna be so lonely. They're not gonna be true friends. They're never gonna be. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. Chinach, the creator of Minecraft, is a good example. I remember that story, yeah. Sold Minecraft for like 2 billion, bought a palace through parties. Vida is now possibly the loneliest man I can think of. Yeah, crazy, right? A good idea behind. Many friends then suddenly also want your money. Yeah. People are changing with money. They're changing a lot. It is how it is. Yeah. It didn't exactly work, did it? I'm not like you, Andreas. I never chose this life. My family couldn't marry me off to anyone of higher rank, so they donated to the abbey. The amount was substantial enough for the abbey to take me in as a nun. I was forced to take the habit. Wait a second, she had to be here? Oh god, what a horrible life, dude. Yeah, I would also kiss. I would also kiss around, Greatest wealth you can have is your health anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're starting to appreciate your health when it's not there anymore. I loved my life before Kiasao. At least you choose your vocation. I was showed into mine and forgotten. No wonder you were so upset. I had no idea. Is that why you hate Mother Illuminata so much? She became a bitter bitch, determined to get her way. However, dude, I would never say this. Yes, it was wrong of me to accuse you. I was angry at my family in Kiasao, not you. I've accepted a lot in the past 7 years. In the past 7 years, I make the best of my life as well as I can. I should return to my duties. Thank you for speaking with me, Andreas Maler. Until later. Damn. That's very rough. Because nobody wanted to marry her, her parents just sent her to the church. She was getting a nun. Oh. Dude, imagine this today! Oh, holy Kacke! Brother Rüdiger of Bad Tölz, cantor for the monks of Kirsau Abbey, known for his fine singing. Horrible. Brother Mathieu of Neuchâtel, Swiss Christian of Kirsau Abbey, responsible for maintaining their sacristy, the Abbey's treasury, for assisting Father Gano during the liturgy of hours. Horrible. Do you have everyone now? Yeah, I think so. To the library. The official way. And those are the books they want to get rid of. Illuminata. God bless you, Andreas. It has been too long. I know Father Abbot made it clear you were not to return when you left, but we had hoped to hear from you. My apologies, you're right, of course. It's good to see you again, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Kasper Ziegler from Salzburg. Good day, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Kasper Ziegler from Salzburg. Oh, wait, we have that. God bless you, Mother Superior. Mother Superior. God bless you, young Kasper. Master Maler. Sister Serena. I'm sorry you have to see it in such a state. It sees very little use these days. What happened? After Baron Rotvogel's murder, we had fewer and fewer worthy patrons. The small number that held out lost interest. It's easier to commission new work from the Guild of St. Luke or individual masters in big cities like Nuremberg. Guild of St. Luke, Luke, regulated trade and sale of art in cities around Europe. Artists who sought to have apprentices and businesses often had to become members of the privilege. Why does civilization always take so long? It's the religion. I think it has something to do with the religion. But it feels like religion is kind of inventing of kind of rules until the states themselves had like laws. But let's not talk about religion, I guess. Welcome, Jan. Hi there. You meant the game. I know. The game. But I mean, this game is very accurate. It's very, very accurate, which is something I really love about this one. Father Gernot saw no reason to keep the scriptorium or library open. Most of the books here have been suffering of neglect. After Mother Cecilia's death, neither I or Sister Stena had the time to maintain our inventory. It's terrible. Chiesa was one of the last monastic scriptoria in Bavaria. Pierre did say it was going to happen sooner or later. I'm no happier about it than you are, but the late brother was right. Only heaven is unchanging. Now all that remains are books for sale to interested parties, a task that Father Gano has entrusted to me. And Sister Stena, of course. Did you see her face? She was not pleased about that. Well, I'm eager to look through your inventory. I don't even know where to start. Master Andreas, maybe you could find a book for little Magdalena. Something that's not in print yet. Excellent idea, Caspar. So what do you have to do now? Mother Illuminata of Perugia, Prioress of Chiesa Abbey, formerly Chiesa's librarian, assumed leadership of Chiesa's nuns following the death of Mother Cecilia. Well, you met her here, but I need to read this one. Parzival, perhaps Klaus will not object to this romance given its emphasis on Christian virtues. The German is a little dated, but I'm sure she figured out with Klaus' help. Who knows, maybe it will inspire imagination. So we're done? Oh no, never mind. Huh, I think these are Latin translation of the Sum of Origins homilies. Also, it looks like it's partially burned. Prophilic, 1st century ascetic, until theology and best known for its exegetical writings and homilies. Influenced by the development of the Trinity and the ransom theory of atonement. How am I still even awake? I fell asleep at 7 yesterday and woke up at 4 this morning. Pooh! That's very early. Wait, what did you do at 4 a.m.? That's so early. Probably not a great gift for a young... Wait. This is the same bookhand as the notes I found when the Baron was murdered. Huh. Whoever wrote this is responsible for writing the notes. I need to ask Leonard about this. The burnt book. A copy of Jacobus de Voragne? Golden Legend. Every good Christian should know the legend of the saints. And the Latin is simple enough that she should be able to read it before long. There's the last book here. Nothing, I woke up naturally. Couldn't see well. Oh damn, that's very early. What did you do at 4 a.m. then? Dude, you could be so productive. Richard de Bury's Philobiblen. It's a text on the collection and preservation of books. A 13th century English priest and later Bishop of Durham, Richard de Bury was one of the first private book collectors and is best known for the Philobiblen, which prescribed the care of the collection. Richard de Bury's... it's a text on the... Maybe this is where Illuminata and Cecilia learned all their tricks. Certainly a good book for a printer's daughter. We need to talk about those books, but I think you can also go even higher here. Anything else? Oh, look at that. Albertus Magnus de Animalibus. It's ostensibly a bestiary, but it contains so much more knowledge on a variety of topics. This could inspire an interest in animals and the nature world. Beautiful illustrations as well. I look at my phone and watch some stuff, and I had time to eat breakfast and self-care. Self-care is very important. I'm having so much respect. People doing some sports in the morning before they're going to work. They're going for not just walk for a walk. They're also doing some jogging. Kind of crazy. It's just so cold. Decided on any books to purchase. Just one. The copy of Albertus Magnus de Animalibus, Jacobus de so lovely Percival, I like to buy. Retelling of the Arthurian hero Percival, written by Wolfram von Eschenbach. Themes of love and chivalry are prominent in this adventure tale. I like the book about animals. Oopsa. This one. It contains a wealth of knowledge. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Klaus Drucker's daughter, Magdalena will. The Latin may pose a challenge for her, but I'm sure with persistence she can overcome it. Oh yeah, it was in Latin. Is there anything else you need? Yes, Mother Limonada. What do you know about this book? I don't know anything. This is the first time I've seen it. Where did you find it? I've seen it on one of the lower shelves. I don't think it's in our catalog. It has to be from another Bavarian scriptorium, probably in the last century. It's burnt around the edges. Why? How can I find out where it came from? Who wrote it? If it's not in our catalog, I'm afraid I don't know whom you could ask. If it was a recent edition, the only people who would know are Mother Cecilia and Father Matthias. That's a shame, because whoever scrapped this book wrote the letter I found while investigating the Baron's murder. The ones in the fine book can't? Brother Adok told me about them. Perhaps he knows something about this book. He's been here longer than any of us. Why would the person who wrote the letters have scrapped a book in our library? Well, that's the question. Whoever did it is the threat puller. Huh? Someone who was manipulating people led to cure sound tossing, pulling at threats to provoke someone into killing the Baron. I thought one of the brothers killed the Baron. He did, but the Baron was lured to the chapter house by someone who knew Kirza and tossing secrets. Well, I'm afraid we can't be of any more help to you in determining the book's provenance. However, it's not in our catalog and it's already damaged, I doubt Father Abbot would mind if you kept it. Excellent, thank you. I'm glad someone bothered to save it from the flames. Time to eat. Eat with the Druckers. Let me see. While perusing books for Magdalena in the library, I stumbled upon one with handwriting that matches the notes I discovered here in 1518. The writing in this book is not the same curious purple ink, but the hand is unmistakable. Now that I have a book to give to Magdalena, Caspar and I should head over to the Druckers for a meal. I just hope he's in a better mood than he was yesterday. All right, let's go back then. Thank you, Newbie, for this emote. The bell. I don't think we have more to say, right? No. This way. Just because. I love living in a smaller city, purely because of the bell from the church. Gong at every hour to let me know what time it is. Guess that's the purpose. Time to pray, Mixo. God bless you. God bless you, chat. I'm sorry, I didn't want to go to the living room. I mean, bedroom. Magdalena.
Bah.
Klaus. You're back. Good. We're almost ready to sit down to eat. Would you and Kaspar care to join us? Of course. Thank you, Klaus. God bless you and the Dusty boys. Amen, Thug. Welcome back, Andreas, Kaspar. Andreas, these are my friends, Benjamin and Rachel Sommerfeld. They're on their way back to Prague. An imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, the city Minsk made it a hub for German and Italian bankers and merchants, and its university became a gathering place for many Reformation thinkers. Good day. Hello, excuse me for not getting up. It's a bit difficult, I can see. Of course, I understand. It's nice to meet you both. Hello. No, look how cute she is. Hello. That sounds like a real word, Klaus. She's learning more of them every day. She'll be reading before long. That's a wonderful sake to the gift that I've brought her. Yeah, a book with Latin, Latin writing. Oh? Consider it a small apology, a book from the Yeppy Library. When's her birthday? Well, all right. Let's see this small apology. Here you are. Albertus Magnus, the Animalibus? Andreas, she's only 2 years old. Can read it until she's ready. I'm sure she'll learn quickly in the printer's house. Thanks for this. It's a nice start. We should probably pray before we eat, assuming the Sommerfelds don't mind. Not at all. We are accustomed to being guests in Christian homes. Thank you for asking, Klaus. All right, I'll lead the prayer then. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ, O Lord. Amen. What are we going to eat today? Ooh. I wouldn't mind some. Oh, this is looking good, chat. Klaus, thank you again for letting us stay here. It's been such a long trip. Oh? Is it time? No, I'm fine. I think I'm just sore everywhere. Oof. Hey, wait. We'd hoped to get home weeks ago, but the fighting has made us slow progress from Basel. Is your home in Prague? Basel? Tussing is hardly on the way to Prague. Has the fighting come close? We'd rather not get caught up in battles between the Swabian League and peasants, so we've taken a strange route. Swabian League was a military group maintained by the free imperial cities of the whole Roman Empire. Members included nobles, knights, and hired or retained mercenaries. I didn't know this. We're in Basel to do some business, but we didn't want to overstay our welcome. Is it really so bad for Jews there? I'd just say they've gone back and forth enough on Jews in Basel that it's best not to feel too comfortable. We felt comfortable enough with our host, but Benjamin is right, we couldn't stay long. Do you know the printer Johann Froben? How could I not be? He's turned Basel into the pride of Swiss printing. He has incredible artists working for him. All true, and we certainly don't mind that he published books in Hebrew. Hebrew? Not brew? Hebräisch? That's why we visited. Benjamin and I creating Hebrew tab for him. Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce this actually. It turns out that when your town banishes all the Jews, you have a more difficult time finding Jews to work for you. Who could have guessed? I just wish it hadn't taken us so long to get home. We have so far to go still. It's lucky timing for me, though. Now I have 2 printers and master artists at my dinner table. True, it isn't all misfortune.
Daddy.
Oh yes, thank you. And a future printer and a baby printer to be. Tussing hasn't seen this many artists under one roof in a while. It's amazing to see how far printing has come so quickly. Some of the engravings I've seen are incredible. What have you been working on in Prague? Well, the skills for printing and paintings are not that similar. And new techniques, new types, new styles are being developed every year. Benjamin is trying to create a more readable script for Yiddish. We have typefaces for Hebrew, but it would be nice to have something separate for Yiddish. How no? I think I've seen it before, but I wasn't able to recognize it. Is there much demand for that? It's still a developing typeface and usually only used in Jewish women's books. I like our writing to be more accessible, especially to those who only read Yiddish. Here's something like this. I'll be sure to send you some samples when I'm finished. Class. Good. I like that. What's happening with Rachel? I'm fine. Something is clearly wrong with her. Plus, what are you working on? I need to get ready to sell the travel to travelers as the past open. But lately I've been printing the 12 articles for the town.
12 articles.
Thanks to Father Thomas, everyone in town can read at least well enough to make it through that sheet. Hi. Any cold hands in chat? Yeah, mine. Probably also yours someday. At least you can sit on your hands. That's also quite helping. But I need to click. It's got a lot of people talking and a lot are coming over to this way of thinking. Oh, you heard some yourself, Andreas. What do you think of what's happening in Tussing? Then my bum will get... Are they that cold? I think the abbot is in a difficult position and he's just trying to find a way through it. The abbot is impoverished. They are selling out their library's greatest prizes for a fraction what they're worth. The abbot's always been an ass. What do you expect? Are you saying you cheaped out on my daughter's present? Didn't say that, but you could infer that. You know, I never cut costs where books are involved. Of course not. I'm teasing. It's appreciated. What? We're back going to hand my cat to warm my hands on. I hope you're emotional and your little radiator is coming to you soon again. Welcome back, Thug. My hands are always cold as well, especially when I'm playing. I wasn't happy to hear it either, but I was able to get some manuscripts I never would have been able to buy. I bought more than I should have, more than I'm going to be profitable to turn into printed books. If she were here, I'm sure Marie would.
Mama.
Aww. She would have given me an earful. Anyway. If the abbey is in such a bad state, there must be someone the abbot can appeal to for more money. Who, the Pope? The Duke of Bavaria may lend him military aid, but money is unlikely. You could try to sit down with Otto and work something out. Just kidding. We'll get a hot coffee. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Damn, I can't remember when was it the last time I drank coffee. Oh yeah, that was at the train station. Now I remember. Oh wait, I wanted to click on the Duke of Bavaria. Never mind. Well, then it's the abbot's problem to fix. The peasants don't need to bear the brunt of it. Apple bar. White bread. Oh, what's this? Mushroom. Mmm. We're sympathetic to what's happening here. We saw it all throughout Slavia. Peasants are suffering. It's true, but I worry about what will happen in Tussing. Something is... Dude, she's gonna lose her child. I'm fine. She's always saying that. Ordering me a coffee. I wouldn't mind getting some hot chocolate as well. That would be nice now. I know it's sounding. Shrooms. Peasants are no match for the soldiers of the Swabian League. What's the Swabian League? Soldiers of the Swabian nobility meant to keep peace in the empire. Mercenary soldiers for hire. They rally for coin, not for cause. Bastards who think they can crush people for the crumb of standing up for themselves. We can speak to their motives as we tried to stay far from them, but they were intimidating even at a distance. If the peasants aren't careful, Tussing could draw the wrong sort of attention. I know that Otto and the peasants are taking a risk, but I believe Otto will keep things peaceful. Anyway, it's not the Swabian League we have to worry about, but the soldiers of the Duke of Bavaria. There it is. The title is held jointly by two brothers, Louis X and William IV. Both are working to suppress the peasant revolts.
Bavaria.
The Prince Bishop has the church's authority, but the Duke's land surround Tussing and Kirsau. White bread. Dude, the best. I'm gonna eat the best at the end. Apple pie. So good. Killed hands, we went and connected the city's Christmas lights to our mains today. Nice. That's nice. I'm not even sure if my city's gonna do that. Like, if they're gonna be lights during this time. I'm actually not sure. Ordering Sonic shoes. He would throw this away. Klaus, I'm sorry for showing up yesterday without writing. You had every right to be angry. I wanted to apologize for never writing back. I was so caught up in the work. You know how it is, and I never got around it. Sorry for never writing back. What happened here in Tussing at Kirsau, I just wanted to forget it. Sorry for what happened to your family. I'm so sorry I never wrote back. I've been traveling so much. I missed most of your letters. And so much time passed when I finally heard about Bert and Marie. I'm sorry. Ow! This is it. This is it! Oh no, I was afraid of this. We can't travel now. This is all my fault. We should have left Basel earlier. I love you, Benjamin, but be quiet. I don't care. I need help. Oh, she's getting the baby now. We need a midwife. Is there one who would help? Would accept Rachel? Agnes Steinauren. She's Tussing's midwife. I could fetch Dr. Stolz. Have some medical experience. No, we should fetch Dr. Stolz or midwife. What's midwife? That sounds so wrong. Like someone who's helping when somebody's giving birth. Isn't a doctor better? But on the other side, women are probably more experienced during this time. I don't want to do a mistake. I don't want that she's having trouble to get the baby here. Could you get her? Klaus? Yes, I should get her. Agnes has delivered every child in Tussing as long as I can remember. She's very experienced, Don. She would never turn any woman away. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Klaus. You're a mensch. You're a human. You're a mensch? Never heard of that. Enough with it. Thanks. Get me the midwife. Yes. Midwife is Hebamme. I thought so, but I never heard of this term. That word is so weird to me. And I really wonder why it's called midwife. I really wonder. We don't turn them on as long as normally. We also have less than last year, I think. Yeah. I could imagine. Yeah, a huge crisis going on right now. I have no idea about my city, though. Need to read about that. But you both have to leave. Of course. Good luck, Rachel. Thank you. I'll need it. I'll go fetch Agnes. Thank you for joining us, Andreas. Oh god, I don't want to be in her position right now. Almost forgot, you should go see the bonfire preparation in the town commons. You missed them on your last visit. Klaus! I'm going! Thank you, Klaus. We'll be going. Take care. preparing the bonfire. Where is that? Klaus had to hurry me out of the house after Rachel went into labor, but he said I should go to the commons to see the town's preparation of St. John's Eve. Rachel Summerfield, Jewish printer from Prague, wife of Benjamin. Anybody else? Benjamin Sommerfeld, Jewish printer from Prague, husband of Rachel. And we need to go to the town commons. All right. Maybe because he's in the middle. But why wife then? One seems to be working hard for the bonfire tonight. The commons look festive, decorated like this. This implies there is a pre-wife and post-wife. And that's why it's so weird. Look at all the flowers, Master, and the bonfire is huge. I shall investigate further. Yeah, that would interest me a lot, why this term is called midwife. How's the fire coming? Those logs work out all right for you, Andreas? Come along as expected. It's all in place, Otto. Good, good. All right, everyone. Remember, after the bonfire tonight, we celebrate as usual. We will all gather in the woods, and the woman will collect herbs as traditional demands. Otto, the abbot has forbidden harvesting in the forest. Please, for everyone's sake, reconsider your actions. Thank you, Father, but the abbot's order goes against God's law. The forest belongs to all of us, as do all its game and fowl and fish. He cannot claim ownership of that which the Lord gave us to hold in common. I'm sorry, Father, we proceed as planned. Tassing has never let anything get in the way of our St. John's customs as long as I can remember. We won't start now. And remember, tomorrow I will show you proof that as sure as the sun turns round the earth, God and our saints are with us. Oh, Manu, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good time playing Pokemon. How was the stream? Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Do you like Pokemon so far? I hope so. Good day, Andreas. The brother of Voislav. You looked upset at Otto's announcement. Is everything all right? Otto's becoming more aggressive in his defiance of the abbot. Father Gernot will not take this news well. Middle English? Probably from the obsolete preposition mid with plus wife in the archaic sense woman, expressing the sense a woman who's with the mother. Thank you to my assistant researcher, Google. Interesting. I'm learning so much today. Thank you, Mixel. Thank you. It was nice. Spent a lot of time with Mimi. Nurse Mimi. That was, by the way, that was such a cute picture with your smile. Thank you for doing that. That was very sweet of you. My theory would be being because only women were midwives at the time, but thanks, Mixo. Yeah, I also thought it's something weird, but now we know. The abbot doesn't like the festivities. Well, who's telling? How could the abbot stop them? He can't exactly chase them all out of the woods himself. While the abbot knows force is not the only way to get people to behave, how do you think he came to this position? Fair point, but why is the abbot so angry about it? Didn't you just hear Father Thomas, Andreas? The abbot declared the woods off limits. Anyway, it's not for me to say. I'm sure the abbot will tell you more. He sent me with an invitation for you to dine with him tonight. I'm sure the father will want to discuss the situation over supper. Of course, I'll attend, thank you, Brother Voislav. Well, I suppose I can attend? You're kidding. What does the abbot think he can pry out of me now? Does the invitation extend to Casper as well? I'm sorry, Andreas, but Father Abbot has asked you to come to his house alone. Okay. Phew. Please tell the abbot I'll see him this evening. Well, I guess I'll see what all the fuss is about. I'll meet you back at the Golden Hand after dinner, all right? Can I set up the festival decorations while you're with the abbot? Yes, but be back before sundown, all right? Thank you, Master. I'll see you later. Thank you, Master, that I can just work for free. Well, meet the abbot for supper. Diana. Karl, Anton. This is kind of creepy what they're doing. Okay. Till. Andreas, you're back in Tussing. Just for a few days, I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Yes, Brother Piero. What a talent with the color. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a sweet old man. I talk to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey. I'm surprised Brother Ferens didn't give you an earful. Well, he did before the unpleasantness. I'm sure you know it's shook up things at the Abbey for a while. I'd imagine. Brother Guy made it clear I wasn't welcome at Kisa when I arrived, so yes. For what it's worth, you're still welcome in Tussing anyway. Matthias, prior now, still strict but a bit quiet about it. Matthias always struck me as a quiet Pierce, so maybe it's a change for the best. True, you wouldn't think piety would be uncommon in an abbey, but with Father Gano, I hear with the peasants in this. Don't think the abbot's all that bad. Well, of course, Gano has been running them into the ground. On top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there, not anymore. How far are you going to take this? Hope things don't get bloody. Bloody? No one wants that, Andreas. But we're not going to get anywhere by keeping quiet. Have a good advocate in Otto. Hope it goes well for you. Be careful, Andreas. I will, thank you. So, Andreas, how's your married life been treating you? After you left here to return to Nürnberg, I assume you married that girl of yours, Sabina? I did. Marriage is legal requirement for becoming recognized master craftsman. I don't sound like I am really enjoying this marriage with Sabina. Of course, these obligations seldom reach a small town like ours. Imagine it would apply to me as well if I got far enough. I hope the married life has treated you well. Still not have found anyone. I fear it's never going to happen. When a single person has caught your eye, honestly, don't even bother. Marriage is not worth it. May fit some, but it's been nothing but miserable for me. Oh? Can't be that bad. Having a companion on the path of life, caring for your family, the lot of your wife and kids. That you take comfort in your craft. It's an ashen dream of false hope. Smith is a good catch in this. To be honest, that's also what I'm thinking. Maybe just have a shitty character, you know? In all these years, I never would have guessed. The people in Tussen look happy together. Well, sometimes. Occasionally. Rarely if I really think about it. They often bicker with each other more so as time passes. The Gärtners, the Millers, the Albans, the Bauers. Do the moments of love ever overtake those of irritation and bitterness? Marriage isn't really about love, but living a good and proper Christian life. Seldom enough that it doesn't matter. No, never. A disheartening thought. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should focus on my craft. I've grown quite skilled over the years, but there's more to learn. More to learn, thank you. A pleasure. Until later. Until then. Isn't this weird? So what is this about? This bonfire is much simpler than the one in Nürnberg, but it's pretty all the time. Wait, where am I going again? So Brother Voislav at the bonfire preparation, and he told me Father Garnot has invited me to join him for supper. I should meet him at the abbot's house. Give me a second. Sepp. Joseph Sepp Hübner, strapping farmer renowned for his ability to drink large quantities of beer. Husband to Heilwig and father to Simon. Tillmann-Tillkreuzer, farmer and voracious reader, founder of the Roman legends about Tassing past. And Werner. Dr. Werner Stolz, town's physician of Tassing, graduate of the Albert Ludwig University in Freiburg, originally from Lower Silesia, known for his unpleasant manner. Yeah, this is why we didn't send Dr. Werner Stolz to the woman who is giving birth right now, Rachel. Balthasar Isenkopf, eccentric inventor and successful investor from Nürnberg. And Eva Zimmermannin, daughter of Peter Gärtner and his late wife Christina. Eva was largely raised by her brother and father, married to Otto Zimmermann, the town carpenter. She has one son, Ötz. Then there's Karl Pfeiffer, head of the Pfeiffer family, mid-40s, straight brown and grey hair, stubble, average height, strong. Go! I think we got everything though. Abbott's house is... okay. Now I know. I remember. Doctors don't know how women and birth work. Nah, they don't know. This is why we sent the midwife. I was also very concerned about that. There's been a waste. Wait, what's this? What a stunning collection of wildflowers. They all grow plentiful in the meadow. Oh, okay, we had that already. I pet the cat so often, Samnik. I did this so often today. 3 times. 2 times. No, 3? Can't remember. Guest house. No, that was up here. Never know. I know. There are no dogs left anymore. Like 7 years ago, there were dogs. No, that's not the way, right? No, I need to go down again. This house. There you go. Hello. God bless you, Andreas. I'm glad to see you receive my invitation. Are you ready to eat? Yes? Oh, I hope there's going to be good food. Good. Why am I here, though? Is that chicken? Andreas, thank you for coming to dinner. I will admit, I was surprised to receive your invitation, Father, but I'm pleased to come. Thought you didn't ever want to see me at Kisau again, Father. What changed? Well, the Lord calls us to forgiveness, even when that might be difficult. I don't think so. I think he has other plans with me. I think it's time we reconciled, Master Maler. Please sit and we will pray together. Bless us, O Lord, and these are gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Lord, direct each us here towards your wisdom, prudence, and guidance in our future actions. Through Christ, O Lord. Amen. Well, that's proper food. That's even wine. Dude, he's having a good life here. No wonder people were really mad at the abbot here. Brother Voicelove was indeed prompt in delivering my message. I'm surprised you didn't drop by at all. You have done quite well for yourself after all. It is good to see that your time as Kisa was not squandered. Even look, the part of the famous artist now. What have you been doing in recent years after leaving such a mess in Tassing, huh? The city council really approved me as a master artist in Nürnberg. You'll be pleased to hear. I have commissions of Marian Christ waiting for me in Nürnberg, but my patron wants to keep adding more of his associates, and I'm dreading going back to it. I spend much of my time painting commissions in France and learning from the other artists there. What do you care about my successes, Father? I'm simply trying to make conversation, Andreas. Of course. Why did you really ask me here about Abbott? In truth, I had hoped to discuss the rising tensions between the abbey and townspeople. I'd like to clarify the situation for you, Andreas. Please, Abbott, I'm all ears. Clarify, what exactly? Of course, you just like you clarify that Piero was guilty all those years. simply want to ensure you understand the circumstances objectively, from all angles. I believe you only heard from one side of the issue, Andreas. Otto's little speeches about taxes don't account for the entire situation. Why demand such high taxes then, father? Okay, Chad, what are we gonna eat? We have Lebkuchen, we have got plum pudding, pheasant. I'm gonna take the plum pudding. Yum, yum, yum. With the scriptorium closure, the taxes are necessary to make up for the lost income. Lebkuchen. Do you like Lebkuchen? You can get mine. I actually don't like Lebkuchen. Surely there's another option. Do you really need to raise taxes that much? Why not ask the bishop for help? Just because you decided to close the scriptorium doesn't mean the townsfolk should suffer. Then why close the scriptorium at all? I don't understand it. Don't put the fault on me, Andreas. These taxes are a direct consequence of your actions after you accused Ferenc. He managed the scriptorium. Kiersau is no longer able to keep up with the city's printing presses and artists. There are better uses of the brother's time than books. But the guy has gone over the expenses himself. Raising taxes is the best way to cover these costs. But what about prohibiting the peasants from using the forest? That's a new restriction. This is for you, Thug. The forest belongs to the abbey. The peasants have no rights to use it legally. It's theft. It doesn't harm the abbey to let the townsfolk pick up sticks. But bring the issue up with me then. You need to talk to the townsfolk, not me. I don't have a stake in this. Cum aber cadet. Ki cumke, I asjef vadet. You're being a pedantic ass. I like how this is just like so different from each other. Roman platitudes serve no one here, Andreas. The wisdom of such saying is limited. Since they were written by pagans, they do not acknowledge God of natural law. I may have limited education in natural law, Father, but didn't God give Adam and Eve domination over all the earth like the 12 articles mention? A Christian idea derived from the ancient Greek philosophers that the principles of morality and ethics are inherent in the nature world. The 12 articles? That drivel is Lutheran propaganda and defies the church authority to regulate the sinful and greedy nature of mankind. A shameful document for Klaus to print. Look at its effects on the townsfolk. I hear they will continue their disobedience by collecting herbs in St. John's Eve. The whole town knows I've forbidden it. The matter is grave, and I will excommunicate anyone who defies my order. Okay? You would condemn the town over something so petty? That certainly creates an ultimatum. It's insane. One I'm hoping to not have to use. Remaining impartial will be impossible as long as you're in town. Support me in ending this foolish rebellion. You have a reputation in town, Andreas. You're a successful man in the town. The townsfolk believe they are like you. I like to convince the other townfolk, the prince, for example, that this uprising is not in their best interests. The rest of the town will follow, and the peasants will have no chance to resist. We can end this peacefully. I don't want the town to come to harm. It is a precarious situation, but I understand your point of view, Father. The peasants have genuine grievances. Why not talk with them and negotiate? I want no part in this either way. I don't want to have a stake in this. I don't want to make enemies. The peasants are right, Father. You have been too harsh on them. I won't help you. Damn you, plan. Damn you, Father! How unfortunate. I see Otto's speeches have gotten to you. I was hoping to right his mistakes. Maybe I don't want that the church is having so much power of the people. Otto's vision will only lead to violence. Andreas, I was hoping to avoid such an outcome. Please take more time to think about it. I apologize, we must conclude for now. I must excuse myself, I'm expected to lead a service at Compliant tonight. Think on what we discussed, Andreas. I trust you can find your way out. It sounds like a dilemma here. Well, Father Abbot, good night. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, damn. Return to the comments. Over supper, Father Gano gave me his perspective on the unrest between the abbey and the town. He wants me to use my influence with townsfolk like clouds to drive a wedge between them and the peasants. Now that supper has ended, I should return to the commons to find Caspar and people. Father Gano of Munich. Abbot of Kirsau, Abbey. Father Gernot replaced the former, highly beloved abbot, Father Matthias. Gernot is known in the abbey as a disciplinarian, and in the town as a harsh landlord. He's struggling to fund the abbey as the scriptorium no longer generates much money. Well, that's not my problem. But I think we need to decide here, and then we're going to decide how the town is going to end up, to be honest. Okay, this is for Zomnik. No. So where am I exactly going? Into this house, right? Maps. Oh no, I'm going back to the... Of course, there's the festival. I hope nothing bad is gonna happen there. Time to party! Oh, Ottilia. Well, well. You're the artist, the one who lived with the Gärtners. Got mixed up in the wonderful killing of that rat, the Baron. Andreas Maler. I was just trying to clear my friend's name. You think I care? If a flood washed the abbey and all the monks into the river, I grabbed the nearest man and danced of valor and joy. Anyway, no time to talk now, fancy man. It's time to call to the fire. I really wish I would have talked to her like 7 years ago. Does St. John's Eve mean a lot to you? The Saints Eve, right? Aura ans Mama Persta? Nus Ardain Quest Gaut Petit? Ve Nus Clementi? Alright, I'm going to go. Enjoy the evening, Andreas. But if you want my advice, stay out of the woods tonight. She has a dirty laugh. That's what I'm imagining of. Master Andreas, look at how big the bonfire is. The decorations are so fancy. The St. John's Eve Festival is a big event for Tussing. I missed it last time I was here. Haven't you ever been to a festival like this, Casper? The festivals in Nürnberg are much bigger. Tussing is quite tamer comparatively. I've seen anything like this. Let's stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Maler, please. We're going to bed. Have a good start into the weekend and a good night. Good night, Jan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Alright, but follow along and don't get in their way. I'm too tired for the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the night. Because by it's late. I don't want to risk the abbot's anger. I just head back and go to sleep.
Only 1 month left till anniversary. Phoenix 1 had Phoenix 1 love.
Oh, dear Desnix. Thank you so much for 35 months. Thank you. So kind of you. Thank you for all the support so far. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing alright. Thank you so much. I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master. I want to see this a bit, though. Andreas! Salutations, you must be that illustrious artist. Balthasar Isenkopf, pleasure to meet you. But call me Balthas, please, it's much more familiar. Master Andreas Maler, pleased to meet you. Right? You've been in Tussing long? Yes, you're Maler, we all know. Let's cut the long-winded pleasantries. you behave yourself for one conversation? What brings you to tossing Baltas? Balthazar here decided to stay in this godforsaken town for whatever unfathomable reason after this card broke. It's not unfathomable. I enjoy the calming vistas, the peace and quiet. It's been neither lately. You mean with what Otto and the peasants have been saying? And what is it that you do, Baltas? Of course, that's what I mean. What else would I be talking about? You've gotten slow in your old age, Maler. And what is it that you do, Baltas? What's your problem, man? We just don't like your face. Peace, my friends. Violence already sparks the air. We cannot risk a fire. Master Maler, you must come by my workshop soon. I would welcome your opinion on my latest work. What do you mean? You're also an artist? He's an inventor of swords. Make all manner of mechanical contraptions. For all the use it is. The mind of the inventor exists to create, to build, to go on a step further. One step further toward the garbage heap. A very inspiring thought, Baltas. It makes sense. You'd also be rude to your friends, Werner. Why, I thank you, Master Artist. Speaking of, have you had the chance to look around town tonight? I imagine the sights could also be inspiring to your artistic mind. Passing certainly looks cheerful with the decorations and bonfire. Indeed, look at their peasant ingenuity. Consider the bonfire itself. It is built to allow the air and the heat to flow through. It had great speed, and how it roars! It's a clever piece of construction, but Otto's a clever man. It is a feat almost worthy of an university degree. These people have natural traditions. They manage to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. It is knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of a rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless useful. You don't need an university education to be smart. Just don't see the use for any of it. Of course you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them their place in the order of the world for good reason. There's some merit in learning from the peasants. Even you, Werner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the Eve of St. John tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. Saint Eligius warned against precisely this nearly 1,000 years ago. Patron saint of goldsmith, bishop, and Noyen Tournay worked tirelessly to convert the pagans of Flanders to Christianity. And nothing has come of this pagan festival in all that time. Where's this newfound piety coming from? You're really wound up about this, aren't you? The harm infects a man's eternal soul. You might not see it, but God can. Where'd this newfound piety come from? Don't pretend you to know anything about me. I've been on a pilgrimage to Aachen. Oh! Oops. I visited the Marienshrine and stood in the presence of those holy relics. An ornate golden reliquary in Aachen Cathedral. It holds the swaddling clothes and loin cloth of Jesus, the Virgin Mary's dress, and the decapitation of clothes of John the Baptist. To be in the presence of St. John the Baptist beheading clothes was an experience I will never forget. Prophet and forerunner of Jesus Christ. As his name suggests, he was responsible for baptizing Jesus. He was beheaded at the command of Herod Antipas. I've seen the reliquary several times on my visit to Antwerp. Glad you have an experience. Your family must be proud. Your family, thank you. It seems you have done your little good. Perhaps you should visit again. Now, let us keep peace in our hearts as brother in Christ. We're here to celebrate. Let's continue with your evening then. Good night. A very good night. Oh, and to come by my workshop, Master Maler. I would love to exchange ideas. It would be a pleasure. If I can find the time, nah. Splendid. Until then, Maler. Oh, evening, Andreas. So how do you like the bonfire? We built it nice this year. Big and sturdy. It's a fine setup, Carl. Excellent work. It's not as impressive as the ones I've seen in Nuremberg. I know we can't compare it to where you come from, but we still give it our all in celebration of the lights who prepared the way for our Lord. Anton, do you remember Andreas Maler, the master artist? I've seen him around town. Son, be polite. Hello, Master Maler. How are you? I'm well, thank you, young man. And I guess it hasn't been a great time back at Nürnberg. Now, this is a well-raised kid. Does as he told. Retired from work, but nothing more than usual. Made some food before entering chat, so I get something to watch while eat. That sounds good. What you eating? That's the question here. I'm also hungry. Anton's a good boy, let me tell you. A bit of a rascal, as you can see, but he's got a good head and a good heart. Likes to hide it, though. Oh, Dad, will you stop? Easy to rile you up, just like your mother. How's Helena? Is she not attending to the bonfire? So what do you think of the festival, Anton? She joined us later. She went with Marta to dip their toes into the stream and to pick some flowers for the garlands and wreaths. It's important to hold to traditions. You're right, especially with the times we're having. Wreaths dipping into the stream. Aren't those more pagan customs? Besides, maybe Martha and Helena will come across the blossom of a fern out there. What's so funny about that? Ferns don't flower. That means no power to speak with animals for you, boy. I doubt they have anything interesting to say anyway. Animals can't talk. I'm not a baby, you know. Indeed, you are not. Even you are a bit short for your age. Dad! I joke. Now let's enjoy the celebrations. Speaking of, what do you think of the festival so far, Anton? It's fine, I guess. I like the fires when they are lit. The mountains get to twinkle like the stars. I like when people get drunk and rowdy as the night goes on. They get into fights and all. But your dad keeps the trouble away, yes? Anyone in particular? Well, not as much lately, but Martin used to get in trouble. Anton's got a good eye. Martin's been a solid fellow once he came back, but he sometimes drinks too much. He's calmed down lately. You know, he used to be kind of a shit. Language, boy! God doesn't look kindly on blasphemy. But those are your words. Kids are so honest here. Best you don't quote me. Quote the scripture instead. It's better for your soul. Listen to your father, Anton. I will do. Jesus. What did I just say? Don't let your mother catch you with that mouth. Well, I'll let you get back to the festivities now. It was a pleasure until later, Andreas. Bye-bye. Gitta. Sandwich spreads with garlic butter and several types of ingredients as the top. Oh, enjoy your food then. Sounds I was about to say lecker. Sounds delicious. Why Martin? Look who it is. Good evening, Andreas. Andreas, you're staying for the festival, I hope? Of course he's staying. Who would miss this? Especially after your burly boys built such a beautiful bonfire. Burly boy like me wouldn't do anything for you, though. Dolph, I couldn't help myself. Brigitta, Martin, you're both feeling very festive, I see. The food, the fires, the dancing. It really is a night to enjoy. It's to honor the anniversary of the birth of Blessed John, a vigil for he who prepared the way. Yes, and he'd have liked everyone to have a good mood in their hearts and good food in their bellies. Oh. Are you eating cookies? Oh, I'm also getting hungry. Oh, guys, enjoy. As a hermit who wandered in the desert, living off locusts and wild honey, you probably wouldn't agree. I like to live off some wild honey myself, if you catch my meaning. So, are you going to heed Otto's call and go into the forest? Nah, I'm really not looking for trouble. There's enough for that going around. Right. I heard you have a tendency to get into trouble with the drinking and brawling, even though you supported him earlier during the speech. You, Brigitta, are gathering many herbs? He speaks his mind on what's important, but like I said, I have no personal interest to provoke the abbot. We are God-fearing people, Andreas. Glad you're being sensible. What did you argue about with Otto anyway when I first saw you in the meadow? That Father Ganoid is an ass and he deserves what's coming. Do drunken brawls also go under such piety? Not that I'm happy about the situation, but the celebration are enough for us. We will dance until our legs begin to waver, right, Martin? Would not miss it for the world. That's delightful. Hope you have a great evening. Did we jump in time? We did, Desnix. This is 7 years later. We had to leave Tussing. They kicked us out. They didn't want to see us here again. Because of my decisions, because what I said to the judge, the court. Firens got executed. And I feel very guilty about that. And after that, this whole town got in trouble. Because the abbots are not getting enough money and they're raising the taxes even more and more. And yeah, it's causing lots of stress here. Have to watch the what? Yeah, we could do that. You as well, Andreas. Until later. Let's talk to Till. Hello, Master Maler. Evening, Till. Enjoying the festival? Very much so. I perhaps feel a bit tad old for the more active side of the celebrations, but I enjoy the sight and sounds. Did you know the word for the summer solstice leads back to the Romans? Solstitium, the sun stands still. But you didn't read Latin? I may have heard that, yes. Such as it looks at this time of year, the sun rises high for a long time and then it stays there before falling again. A fitting allegory for the great cosmic arcs of mankind, rise and fall. But to make up for that, dancing, leaping songs, joy and mirth. The Romans also had sacred celebrations for both Juno and Vesta around this time. People do seem elated, although I don't think the same applies to Abbot Gerno. But can all this really keep away the decline? To gain blessings for marriage and family. Sometimes it seems as if the festivals are made up to cover for what the young folk get up to. You know, there's no stopping them. Not really sure. Couldn't stop me at that age. Young hearts are both fickle and resolute. Can't imagine, but by this I mean I don't want to. And they don't. Don't they just always enjoy the sense of danger? Sometimes that is the best way to learn the foolishness of youth. Similar to some others in town who ought to know better by now. You mean Otto? Then perhaps going against the abbey like so could spell trouble. The festival has always had a rebellious streak of jest and mockery. I don't see it as sacred as some. The church would disagree. We are to honor a major saint. It has to be sacred enough for the church not to condemn it as a heretical. What are we mocking? The fools of the community most like, the wisest folks get up to, especially those more important than us peasants. Overall, I think it's bringing its people together. I wish I could read more about all of this. Well, with this abbey selling books from their library. I hoped I could get some for myself, but it proved to be far too expensive. I want to give this to him. Klaus and his printings have proven to be of more use and a fair bit cheaper. Have you come across any interesting tales? Does this mean you've read the 12 articles? I have. But that is not to talk to be had on this eve of celebration, Master Maler. I see your point. Well, have you maybe come across any interesting tales? You may be correct. I'll let you get back to them. I have indeed, Master Maler. I didn't quite understand everything. The text was in Latin. It was by Roman named Strabo. It was about geography. That's why I noticed it. The noted philosopher and historian. He was actually Greek by birth. I imagine you were reading his Geographica. I'm always such a smartass by doing this. Cav, dilemma of the day. Would you rather be able to create and manipulate the element of fire or element of water? I don't know. I just think water... I don't know. Water and fire is both very important. But I think water is a bit more important. Maybe I would manipulate the element of water in this case. It's a hard question. Actually, dilemma of the day. Ridiculous. They had time machine in the Middle Age, and we don't even have freedom. No. No. Time machine, no? Fire over water, it's definitely saying. Huh. 100% water, then you can make water for everyone, and no one would have to die of thirst or drink dirty water anymore. That's very noble thought, actually. He seemed like the dude pushing up his glasses going, well, actually... Yeah, exactly. Actually... The book was about many kinds of barbarians, which also includes the Rezi tribe I read about years ago. The people who used to live on this very land before the Romans arrived. They called this place Ratium, and he described it as a cluster of daubed huts, and its people hostile and warlike, only interested in hunting and fighting. There was something about Manus and his sons, but I couldn't understand a lot of it. In any case, when the Romans came, most of these locals were driven out, but some were captured to work in the fields and the mines. What about to the locals who were forced out? What were they mining? Salt, I guess. It used to be the backbone of this land. I mean, there is also a salt mine on the far right side of the map. What happened to the locals who were forced out? No idea. I would imagine that after the Romans were driven off, when their empire started falling apart, maybe the barbarians came back. But were they really the same people or nomads from elsewhere? I guess we may never know. Thank you for the quick history. I'll let you go back to the festivities. Working on the salt mines, they had what back already. I thought the community got a bit better since they are checking out the chat a bit more, even the voice channel. Probably pick water, but it's closed. Yeah, I would also pick water. You can extinguish the gigantic forest fires. Gigantic. Also true. You guys are so smart. I'm not even thinking of this. Enjoy yourself tonight, Master Maler. Until later. I think we talked to everyone except Peter. Good evening, Andreas. Nice to see you here. Grandpa, look who it is. Eh? Ah, the artist. You're still around. I thought to stay and enjoy the festivities. Ha! You'd call this a festival? You haven't seen nothing yet. Oh my god, this is so creepy here. You're not going to tell the story again, are you? You kids need to learn it by heart, else Perchta will run you down. Is this about the wild hunt? I'm not sure I'm really interested in old tales. Yes, it draws near. Heed my warning! Grandpa, you're getting agitated again. It's not good for your health. Nonsense! I can outlive any bastard out there. So, where was I? The wild hunt? I'm guessing you were about to regale me with a tale about the tradition of these mountains. Yes, did you bring your mask? No. Sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to bring one. I'm not really that interested in partaking in local traditions. The fools have to suffer. The masks are to protect us as we banish the witches and spirits into Perchta's path. She punishes all humans she finds in the woods on St. John's Eve, since only witches are out in the wilderness. Anyone caught will be turned into an animal. No one but a priest can then turn you back. Well, I guess I can imagine a worse punishment. No, to be brought low, to be a mere beastly existence. You joke, artist, but you won't be loving when Perchta finds you. Stay indoors tonight if you want to come outside. Stay within the light of St. John's fire. At least St. Satya blesses the herbs in the forest this night. And the woman will gather the herbs, regardless of the bastard abbot. It's certainly important to stockpile some for the winter. Thank you for teaching me more about local traditions. Great story. Hey, Big Yerk! You grab some of those ashes with you after the bonfire has died down. Fine. What are the ashes for? It's to spread across the garden. It ensures a good harvest. The Guernsey city people don't know shit. Don't be like that, Grandpa. now that's the story. Now that the story time is over, how are you enjoying the evening so far, Andreas? I've spoken to a few other people here. Very enlightening, fine enough. Although I'm feeling tired. It's the best time to spend time with your friends. Have you heard anything interesting? Gossip. You two are like that burn in the forest, Smokey. That's the one. The burn. That's Smokey, yeah. Fire is essential as water for life, so they cross each other out. Fire sounds more fun and therefore wins the dilemma for me. Fire sounds also like something warm. You know, water sounds actually very cold. Warmth. Welcome back, Manu. Fire you can always make drinking water is unfortunately not for all to have, but yes, fire sounds in any case more fun. I like that the dilemma of the day is having a proper discussion here. Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires. I'm not sure about that. Always noisy about other people. I've also been invited to have dinner with the rabbits. I guess the talking never stops. Ignore him. Yes, it has been a fact. It has been fun to hear what people think about St. John's Eve. Can't say I'm exceedingly sure about it, given the animosity between us. The abbot? The bastard can rot for all I care. A thief in a monk's robe, full of hollow words. Maybe you can talk some sense into Father Gano. He's not making it easy for us, any of us. It's like we were asking for much. I'll do what I can. It's really not my place to get involved. We can ask. I guess I shouldn't keep you then. You have an important meeting to attend. You're right. I can't keep the abbot waiting for too long. Until later. Taking a lot of your time, haven't we? Don't forget to enjoy the night's celebration. And we talked to everyone, right? Von Kasper at the bonfire, but he asked to stay and watch the festivities. I didn't see any issue with that, so I just told him to come back before it got too late. Just turn in for the evening and let the locals enjoy their celebration. Let also a lot of people know. Adam Smokey Köhler, Karko Burner for Tassing and Kirsau. Smokey lives in the woods between the town and the abbey. Ulrich, Alban, townbaker, husband to Kret, and father to Anna, known for his piety. Celia, widow Kemperin, farmer widow of Rennick. Kemperin lost her home after the death of her husband. We're still missing people. Anna Albanen, daughter of Ulrich and Gret. Okay. And glossary. Aachen, located at the western edge of the Rhineland. Aachen is an ancient city built around thermal baths. It houses the remains of Charlemagne, as well as many other relics. Interesting. Medieval fact of the stream. Trades were usually passed on from generations to generation. Cobblers, shoemakers, peasants in the Middle Age worked where they lived. The trade was passed down from their father to son, and thus it remains in the family business. If your dad was a cobbler, you would most likely be a cobbler. Yeah. Probably, yeah. I mean, today it's not different. If you are coming from a family who studied medicine and who's having who's practicing as a doctor, most likely you're also gonna be like that. Or like if your family is having a big law firm, I think you're most likely gonna end up like being working there. But of course, now you got the freedom to do something else. Isn't that beautiful? Wait. Now we can go back, right? I just realized you can also see the house from here in the background. Well. Well, let's go to bed. Seen enough firms not getting taken over by their children? Of course, now you got the freedom to do something completely something else. I mean, I was reading a couple of, was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago about the Balzen family? I think there was a very young CEO. I think she was super, super young actually. As a CEO, of course. And I think she gave up her position after not even 2 years. She was like, yeah, I can't, I don't want to. Go to sleep. I hope I didn't miss anything. Because my Casper is not with me. What? I think we're going back to the king again. Mm-hmm. Oh, that scene is going to take a bit of more time, though. Can I save here? Why is this not working? What? Why am I typing here? Oh, I opened the console. Let me see. Can we turn back to the main? 2 minutes ago. Ay. 2 minutes ago. I'm gonna risk a chat. God mode. I don't even know how I did this. I tried to press escape. Maybe with a circumflex button. I don't know. Burbles, I definitely need some rest now. Speaking for 4 hours, this kind of game is very tiresome. But I would like to say thank you so much for playing Pentiment once again with me. I'm very glad we finished the first chapter. We start with the second chapter. Yeah. Probably you're going to see him tomorrow more if you want to. At 9 p.m. CET, I will be back